Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Rob Villain, and this is Friday Night Live. We are coming to you live from Villain Radio Studios. Tonight, I'd like to welcome my guest. I've been going through this series and trying to get the best the best, the cream of the crop, the best of the best that's deserves to pop. My guest has been at it for years. He's very widely known around the area. And by area, I mean the Chicago Metro Chicago area, because no matter where we're at in this area, that's where it is. So let me introduce him right now. Let me get a nice warm round of applause from everybody for Beadz. What up, sir?
Man, we in the building. Let's get it.
Okay, so somebody, let's figure out what's going on. Let's see. There's something that's picking up. And I figured it out. Okay, sorry for that technical hiccup, but here we are. We're live from Villain Radio with Beadz tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm
Welcome,
in the building, man.
welcome.
Hey, man, Rob, I appreciate you having me, man. I seen you an Easy interview. It was super dope, man. And I was like, yo,
That's
let's link.
that's
man.
that's
Let's
what
get
I'm
this
trying.
going.
I'm trying to build a movement to support the movement.
Yes, sir.
You
You're
know,
doing it. You're doing
media
it.
media is just as big as pushing you guys to where you need to be as yourself.
Right.
You know,
Correct.
it's the best fan you could have is somebody in the media.
Right.
You know,
Definitely.
when I wrote for, like I said earlier when we were talking before the show, I wrote for Vlad TV for a long time,
Mhm.
and I've known Freddie Gibbs since before he was rapping.
Right.
So as he was coming up and I was writing, um, I was used to getting in trouble by Vlad. He'd be like, "Oh man, this ain't to pump up your homies," you
Right.
know.
Right.
But
Right.
I was
Right.
like, "Well, okay, well, you'll see." And
Right.
then like 6 months later, he's like, "Man, can you give me a sit down with him?" But I've always used my platform as much as I can to propel people that deserve it, you know.
That's real,
And so when you hit me up like, "Yo, how can I get shit?" When you free,
man.
you hit me
Man.
up on like Tuesday. I was like, "You want to do it this week or next week?" Like, let me know.
Yeah. Let's get it going,
You
man.
know, I'll have the flyer done just like that, and we'll start promoting this shit just like we did. And I didn't even have to reach out to you, be like, "Yo, do a little video and send it to me."
I was on it, man. When you in the field of this work, you know what I'm saying? You know what comes with the territory. So in order for me to be successful, I gotta know the tools and put that out. So when we looked up and you agreed on an interview, it's like, yo, no brainer. Let me get this promo out here on my end as well. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny when Easy did his, he had to redo it and send it like 3-4 times because he it was hilarious. I think I still have them. I got to scroll through them and put together like a blooper reel because shit was fucking hilarious. But I met you for the first time last month when you came and did you and Easy shot the Luka Doncic video here.
Yeah, man. I love the setup. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you having us here.
Hey,
Do the
shit,
video.
it's my pleasure. I'm glad that you reached out. I mean, I would have reached out eventually,
Yes, sir.
but there's it's like I got a list of who I want,
Right.
but until you meet those people, you don't know exactly how approachable they're going to be. I already
Correct.
known you were cool because my brother Bug had met you, had
Yeah.
fucked around with you, so he's
Yeah.
like, hey. And then my
Shout out Bug.
and shout out to my brother Omab, who
Yeah.
they all were like, yo, Beads, and this was like last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Super cool.
I started going through and checking everything out. I was like, how did I not know about you? But to my defense, I've like, with the exception of like 4 years, for the last 20 years, I've been based on the West Coast. So
Yeah.
it's but I'm glad I know you now, and hopefully that we can do some work together besides this.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
let's get down into it. Let everybody that watches this show, shout out to my loyal viewers. Then some of them having to find me tonight because I do a show on Sundays called Sunday Dinner, and it's kind of like a no holds bar. Like it's a group of us, there's five of us good friends, and it's like we just bullshit. Like,
Right.
we're always walking fine line of whether we're gonna be canceled or not the next day because like nothing's
Y'all
off
people like
limits.
right. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that though, man.
So
People like seeing
we were
that.
talking about porn and shit, right?
Damn.
And I was like, Pornhub like shows how nasty people in America are.
Right.
Because you could go in there and look at the hottest videos, and it's always gonna be like stepbrother, stepsister, stepmom shit, right? So I was like, watch. So I went and shared the page, and I shoot live like you're watching now on Facebook or YouTube or my website, robvillain.com. And somebody in the Sunday dinner group in the like page, like you gotta like this page, reported it.
Wow.
So I can't go live for 7 days. So if you got to find me, you got to find me. I'll share it on my page in a couple minutes. But shout out to Beadz for coming through, and let's get down to the shits. First, of course, we know you're from Chicago.
Yeah, man. Born in Chicago, raised in Harvey.
Okay, okay.
Riverdale, you know what I'm saying?
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago hood, you know.
Because like I've lived all over Vegas, Buffalo, San Diego, Detroit, and no matter what, where a person's from in Cook County, they're from Chicago.
Yeah.
They're not going
I
to
know
tell
what's
you,
wrong.
or they're from any of the suburbs. I'm from Chicago, because then
Nobody gonna know. If I go to Vegas and say I'm from Harvey, they're gonna be like, "Where that's at?"
where that's and then you try
Don't
to,
say
yeah,
Chicago.
exactly.
Yeah.
Same thing out here. Shit, most people from Northwest Indiana, when you go somewhere, where are you from? Chicago. Like like where you from? Like,
yeah, Northwest Indiana. Okay, I
like,
ain't mad at them though.
like I was born in East Chicago, right? And I tell people I'm from East Chicago. They're like, "Oh, you're from the east side of
East side
Chicago?"
of Chicago, and you're right by the east side. Of Chicago.
Exactly.
You right there.
But born in Chicago, raised in Harvey.
Yeah.
Grow up there like to teen years before you left, or
Yeah. I went to high school out in Harvey. I went to
Okay.
Thornton. You know what I'm saying? Went to high school with Lupe Fiasco. We used to have our little differences. You know, shout out to Lupe though, man. Because we don't got no differences now. But you know, high school, everybody competitive. We used to rap at the lunchroom tables, and he was in a group called 1500s. I was in a group called Loose Cannon Assassins, LCA, and we rap more like the Twisters and the Crucial Conflict. And of course, y'all know Loose Style, he lyrical hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So it was always a clash between them two styles.
Okay.
And early on in our career, right before he got his record deal, we was into it. We had rap beef. It was rap beef. It was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't harm each other. A couple. His guys got into it with some, guys that I knew, and they had some physical altercations, but it came close. But Lupe always been on top of his game, and that was the early getting into this rap thing, trying to make my name. You're gonna clash, you know what I'm saying? So I had an early clash with Lupe Fiasco, y'all. It was going down.
I wanted to see where that was gonna go, between the beef between the guys and everything, because I wanted to see if maybe you're the reason why he got into martial arts.
You know what? I ain't even know the people who I knew around, knew at that time, knew he did martial arts. I didn't know though, so I ain't know at that point, but I found out he did martial arts, and I like it.
He's in that right now. Him and Royce are going at it.
I heard, man.
But he went and got some friends, and now we're all just waiting to see who Royce gets to come on his end.
Okay, so I heard I heard Royce one. I don't know how many Lupe got, but I heard something that Lupe put out.
Yeah, it's the general consensus is Lupe's had him right now, because he's taking a little personal shots, and Royce was just out there just rapping.
Yeah,
like he had to do the lyric video, so you could just reading this shit.
Yeah, I heard both of them, and Lupe kind of put it in the raw, like more direct.
So you've been rapping since early age, safe to say?
Yeah, man, I've been rapping. I can remember since a little kid, but yeah, probably like 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't say I was taking it serious then, but I knew I wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I was putting together little nursery rhymes before that. But by the time I got to the 6th grade, me and one of my cousins was like, yo, we're gonna do this rap thing. Funny story is we was out in Detroit, and I only had like one verse at that time that I wrote. So after that verse was over, I was really smoked, honestly. So we was in Detroit, right? We in this party or whatever the case is, dancing, rapping, all that stuff. Boy, I rapped all the Crucial Conflict verses, bro, off a Final Tick. And everybody that was in that party in Detroit was like, yo, you so dope, and
you cold as hell.
We need to put you in the studio to record that. I was like, I got it right, because this ain't my shit.
This ain't my shit.
Shout out Crucial Conflict, Cold Heart. That's my dog,
and you used to be able to get away with shit back in the day, because that was pre-internet shit, where you could find out lyrics and who was everybody. Like, there are so many regional music stars, like out here. We had CCA, we had the Grind Family, that were always doing major shit.
Right.
Like, even to us, like when CCA hit the Billboard charts, we are like, oh wow.
Yeah.
and Toxic did all their beats for their like first 2 albums, and so we thought just because Toxic was doing it, and had that Twister connection that
Yeah.
that even made them even bigger.
Definitely.
Now, what going in like starting around sixth grade area, what got you into it? What made you? Did you wake up one day and just like,
Well, my cousin, who I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? EMAC. Uh, man, it was just like he wanted to rap, I wanted to rap, and it came a thing for me was like I didn't have no father in the house, so I wasn't comfortable with just talking to anybody and just like man, what I'm going through or whatever. So rap actually gave me a way to just write down what I really felt, you know what I'm saying?
okay,
Or what I was thinking or what I was seeing. So early in that time, it was just like, man, I was writing because it was just like something to do, a way to express myself. And my cousin that we was like we so close in age that was my boy. That's my dog. So this what we on. That's what we on. So
shout out to Sean Dale and everybody at Power 92.
yeah, triple salute, Shundell. What up? DJ Gracie Grace, what's up? I see you
That's kind
online.
of I started off in this shit rapping. Like
Oh,
that
for
that
real?
that's how I started.
Yeah.
One of my best friends growing up was a rapper from East Chicago named The Reaper.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately, 2006 he was killed. But we started together. We were like 9.
Okay.
And what happened was he had a half court basketball court in his backyard type shit, half court, right? And we'd be playing all day, but the neighbor had big dogs.
Right.
So the ball bounced over the fence. We ain't going to get it. So we
Yeah,
screwed
no.
until the owners get home from work to grab it for us. So what we started doing was his brother had all the dope ass shit that you liked. He had the laser disc. That
Okay.
ages me, right? That kind of lets you know my age.
I was gonna say
I'm
crazy.
40, but so he had the laser disc. He had the record play all the records, and so we would take the B sides with the instrumentals,
Mhm.
and we would start rapping our own songs, but in the same melody cadence as the song
As a
itself,
song,
but
right?
with our own
So y'all
words.
was making mixtapes early.
That's but we'd be standing in like the backyard with his big old DJ speaker,
Right.
but he was in the service, so he was in National Guard, so we knew we weren't gonna get busted as long as we got shit cleaned up before his parents got home and shit,
Yes, sir.
because the room was off limits, so. But that's how I got started in it, and then once I started learning like the behind the scenes shit like that,
Yeah.
I kind of fell in love with that.
Man, yeah. It's a different thing, man. When you rapping and then you actually start understanding the business and get deep into the business. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, early on, rap was like when you rap back then, and we was rapping at the lunchroom tables and all that stuff. You was like a jock in high school. You know what I'm saying? You was just as popular as the basketball player or the football player if you was good at what you did. So when we used to rap at the lunchroom table, I had a name in high school, basically just rapping at the lunchroom table, somebody being on the table, and we rapping, we speed rapping, we twisting rapping, we battle rapping, we dissing each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we groomed our skills back in that time. Like you have to be able to put words together. So like I have a one of a issue that I have in the rap music is remembering my words. You know what I'm saying? Like I, I do so much, I'm involved in so much, man. And I make so many songs that it's hard for me to learn a song because once it's recorded, I'm on to whatever's next. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So early in my career or early as I was trying to get on, I just learned how to freestyle, bro, because I knew once I got to the lunchroom table, it was a hard time for me to remember them. And I didn't write enough at that point in time. So I just freestyle. Whatever's going on, this is what I'm talking about at the moment.
That's how I was, cause like I couldn't get into the studio at the time. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was a kid, and that was when
yeah,
they're still like at that time Pro Tools wasn't around. It was still like quarter-inch reels that you had to record on. So
yeah.
you had to know your shit when you got to the studio,
Man.
because if you got to redub over that tape, the quality gets worse and worse. There ain't no
Facts.
punch-ins, nothing. You got to know your shit. That's
Mhm.
why I was always fascinated with Twister growing up. I'm like, this dude goes in there and like, holy shit. You had to rehearse,
Yeah.
and then it was I used to I was freestyling all the time because I had no beats. Like we had the little beats on the records or on the cassettes,
Yeah,
but we couldn't
the
record,
instrument.
and a lot of it would be freestyle. Like we used to my boy had a dope ass Trans Am, so we'd be at Doty Road every week.
Right.
And for some reason, it was a weird time in between like 2000, like 1990, it was like 1998 to like 2000, where we'd be at Doty Road and he'd be winning all the time because it was this shit was dope as fuck. It was
Right.
all like cocaine white fucking Trans Am T
Man,
tops,
out there.
red leather interior, and this was when those like base lights came out for the inside of the car.
Right. I know what
So
you're talking
we'd be
about.
rolling around and I just walk up and down Doty Road and just be battling motherfuckers.
Man,
Like
you
there was
was
just
just
rappers just chilling at Doty Road rapping
yeah.
and shit. It was a weird time.
That's how it was.
You
Though,
had the
man.
people smoking weed, selling weed. There's people on shrooms. There's ecstasy. There's
Yeah, that's right.
alcoholics, and then you had the freestyle motherfuckers.
Yeah. I was part of the freestyle motherfuckers too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went on Doty Road with you, but I was part of that freestyle crowd, bro. Like, I love to like just man get in front of a crowd of people and just take off. You know what I'm saying? So for me, rapping basketball was my shit. You know what I'm saying? That was my thing. Them was my things to do.
And that's really a Chicago thing, and it has been since we are grown up. Like you either gonna play ball, or you gonna rap.
Mm-hmm.
And even the rapping was kind of determined because even though we had a bunch of dope artists, in and from the city,
Yeah.
only a select few would get shined.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Do or Die, you had and Crucial Conflict, with their down south connection, so that's how they got their label deals. Do or Die had Poe Pimp and shit like that, and that really what kicked it off.
Yeah.
Twist came out with Adrenaline Rush,
Classics.
and then from there, we thought the city was gonna get blown wide open,
Right.
but it didn't happen until a couple years later with Ye,
Right.
which is weird. Somebody that nobody even wanted as a rapper ended up
Right.
blowing the city open.
Right. Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, he definitely put his mark on this city and leveled us up to a whole different type of level. You know what I'm saying? But Crucial Conflict, what they was able to do with Hey, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't
Do
even
or
it
Die.
wasn't even really Chicago music like that. You listen to Do or Die,
crazy.
and you automatically think that's the Chicago sound.
Mhm.
And then here come Crucial Conflict. If you got onto them after you knew who Do or Die was, you're like
Yeah, it was two different
sounds.
Yeah, two different sounds, you know what I'm saying, sonically. But even to today, you know what I'm saying? Like with Crucial Conflict, Beyonce, when she did some live thing and she had the band, she played Hey instrumental.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So what them groups did and what Twister and what Common did and the Brett, you know what I'm saying? Man, they definitely shined a huge light on the city. But like you say, Kanye took it to a different type of level. But man, what them dudes did for Chicago was crazy. I was
especially
fans of
especially
them, still
without
are.
the major spotlight.
Exactly.
Because when I moved to Vegas, I found out Chicago's reach when I moved to Vegas. I
Mhm.
moved to Vegas. I was 20, about to turn 21, right?
Okay.
And the first job I got, I was working at a haunted house, right? My neighbor was a manager of like a haunted house, so he's like, "Hey, I'll hire you. You just be my assistant. You just sit there and yell at kids." He's like, "I hire a bunch of high school kids and cool." So the first people that I met were a bunch of high school kids,
Mhm.
and they're all just like bumping Do or Die, Crucial
Yeah,
Conflict,
man,
Twister, and I'm just like, y'all know about these guys out here?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
holy shit! And I'm like, okay,
Man, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to do concert shows, songs with these guys, man, and it's amazing. Even to today, man, Twister is just every market we went to, and I went to a lot of markets with Twister. I'm talking West Coast,
yeah,
down south, of course, the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of different cities or whatever. And he still has a draw today. He still brings out an audience in a crowd today.
exactly.
He has songs with all the elite artists in the industry, from Jay-Z, P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's who they went to.
man, Twist bring a whole different element to a song when you put them on there. You know what I'm saying? David Banner, like all of them artists, Twister come through in the rec shop, and even to today, he still sound good sonically. He still sound good lyrically. You know what I'm saying? And I've just been blessed and fortunate enough to have multiple songs with him. I got more. I got Go Hard with him. I got Bossing Up. I'm on his Summer '96 album. Uh,
Yes, you are. I think that's the first time I heard you.
oh, for real?
Yes.
Wow, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm driving around San Diego, and when he was getting ready to drop it, I was like, bro. And as soon as he dropped it, and that first song started playing, you're just like, you get the goosebumps, your hair
Summer
standing up, and
'96.
you're like, man, I'm driving.
It
I'll
took
just
you
start going
back.
faster and faster and faster.
Yeah.
And I drive a pretty decently nice car that goes pretty fast.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm going like 140, and I'm just like,
So you turned up. Yeah. It
Chicago
came.
music. There more oftentimes than not, Chicago. I could go back and throughout history of my favorite songs, and there's been more Chicago music. Maybe it's because I'm from the area or whatever it
Yeah,
may be, but that gives you that feeling.
man.
You know that feeling you get when you hear that song, and your body just goes.
Man, bro,
Your
it's
head's numb
different.
a little bit.
It's different.
You just feel it.
It's different. The way Twist put together his words, it's aggressive, but you hear everything he's saying. The way Do or Die Smooth and they come together as a group, you know what I'm saying? It's just a different element of pimping when you hear them say it. The way Crucial Conflict come with the rodeo style and the energy that they give you, it's just different. The
Yep.
way Come and give you his hip hop and the way that he spit it is just different. The way B spit everything that he spit and the energy I give you on stage, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? It's a different element. You can feel it. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you catch any of us live, you're gonna instantly become a fan just because you know that what we rapping, we mean it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
meaningful and you can catch them vibes and that energy off of it. You know what I'm saying?
I like, man. I used to be like, man, Twist got to write a shitload of fucking words with all that fast rapping shit. Like, he'd be like,
He
hold on, let me
different,
drop this
bro.
verse, and it's like 4 pages.
He different, bro. He different, bro. And it ain't no so you can get some fast rappers, they'll come out, hit him with a get him with a spin him with him, with a fill with him, little words. He can mackle, tackle, fackle, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what make him so next level with it, bro.
It's like, and you, the more and more you listen to it, the slower it gets for
Yeah.
you, and then you're gathering more shit each time you listen to it. You be like, oh, okay, damn,
Yeah.
why did I just figure that out now?
Man. Man, you know what I just listened to recently and I had to send him a text message. I listened to him diss Tretch. I never had heard the diss song
Oh,
he did on Tretch.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
knew they
yeah,
dissed each other.
yeah.
So I was watching a recent interview that he done, and he was talking about it or whatever the case was. I'm like, man, let me go dig in the crates and listen to it. Man, talking about bars,
Yeah.
talking about Twist been giving bars. You know what I'm saying? And he snapped. I listened to that. I had to text him a couple quotables that he said in that diss song. And he just laughed back like, you ain't never heard that? I'm like, nah, bro, you a fool with it, man. Dang.
Most people didn't know that he just fucking Bone Thugs on
Oh
fucking
man,
Crook County.
he went crazy. And I love Bone because I got music with Crazy Bone and I got music with Lazy Bone, and they definitely is, man, man, one of the best groups ever. Crucial Conflict, my favorite group, but they one of the best groups ever, man. And salute the Bone Thugs, but Twist went crazy on that, man. And
Yeah.
I was tapping back in on both sides, what they were saying about Chicago and Twist and Do or Die and Crucial. Then I dial in the Crucial and all them. That was dope. But that's hip hop was fun. You know what I'm saying? You could get the
Yeah.
disc records. Even though we know what happened in the Big and Tupac situation, but back then, you could get some disc records without too much fatality behind it. Nowadays, it's super different. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, especially with the younger dudes.
Mhm.
They killing each other on Facebook Live and
Yeah,
shit.
it's crazy,
What the
man.
fuck? I always,
hate
I
seeing it.
always get, I argue with people all the time about Chicago because everybody's like, "Oh, it's so dangerous this, it's so dangerous that," and I point out that like we live in a society that just make assumptions,
Yeah.
and then be like, um, "I'm scared, don't go there," or "Oh, how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
people
yeah,
getting
yeah.
shot today?" But if you go back and you look from like 79 to 99,
It was lit.
like 912 murders a year
It
averaged.
was
But
lit.
the West Side was crazy because it was all heroin,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
mean it kind of still
yeah.
is now, but fucking it was insane. But we didn't have social media.
Right.
Like shit had to happen between a certain time for it to be in the newspaper the next day or
Exactly.
for it to be on the news.
Yeah.
And if
Social
not, you
media is
didn't know about it.
it's instantly there. Like you say, the
Yeah.
murders or the crimes is getting committed right there in real time. So like you were saying, like it was still crazy in Chicago and lit and violent or whatever the case you may call it. But the social media factor amplified it. The social media factor made it the new cool. It made it like, hey, if you doing this, you cool. If you killing people,
It-
if you doing this and whatever the case is, you cool for doing it. They amplified it.
But high school, rapping lunch table.
Yeah.
You go from there. When was When's the first time you started taking it serious?
All right, so check it out. After high school, right? I was already taking it serious, probably like my junior year in high school. Shout out to Elliot Range. I know he on my page. So I went to this music conference called NYC Fame, right? I met a guy named Elliot Range. He worked for a record label at that time.
Okay.
He showed interest in my group. I was in a group at that time. He showed interest in my group. Um, he's from the Illinois area, so he started coming to Illinois, sitting in studio sessions with us. I was working with a guy named Ladell Townsell. He made a song called Nunu. When I saw her walking down the street.
Okay.
So he was producing for us at that time. So Elliot would come to the studio here and there, sit in and vibe. And he was, like I say, he was showing a lot of interest to us. So we thought that we had a great opportunity of signing to that label at that time and making it to the industry. We young, we don't really know nothing about the music industry business. So it was getting close to me getting ready to graduate. So that was like junior year, senior year is getting close for me to graduate. And I had to make a decision. I was like, yo, either I'm gonna go to college or I'm gonna stay around. I decided to go to college. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to try it. I wasn't a forced thing. My mom ain't forced me to go to college. My older brother ain't go to college. It's just something I wanted to do. So I went to college, and in college I started understanding that the world was bigger than Chicago or the neighborhood that I was because it was so diverse in college.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to SIU in Carbondale.
Okay.
So down there, you got different ethnicities. You got these group of people. You got these backpack rappers. You got these frat brothers. You got these sorority sisters. You got the guys who from the neighborhood that's in college. You got the junior college guys. Just a whole gumbo pot of different type of people. So what was interesting in college was they asked us in the class like, what's something that you experienced in college that you haven't experienced before? And it was a white kid said he never seen black people in a physical form outside of TV. I was
Oh
like, whoa,
shit.
I was blown away. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So in college though, like I said, I was meeting all different type of people, and it was a different experience. So I met a lot of producers. To this day, I work with a producer named Squat. He produced for a lot of industry people. Like
Okay.
he got platinum records or whatever. We have a relationship to this day. But by the time I became a sophomore in college, I got into the finals of Clear Channel WGCI Chicago Idol. You know what I'm saying? So it was a competition called Chicago Idol. It was thousands of rappers who auditioned for this competition. When I say thousands, it was thousands, bro. Like the line was around the block, and you had to literally take somebody with you because it was such a long wait. Somebody had to go get the food and drinks while you wait in the line. You know what I'm saying? So I made it to the finals. Out of all the
Okay.
thousands of artists, rappers, and singers, I was one of the finalists that made it. So we had the opportunity to rap in front of Kanye West,
Okay.
Selena Johnson, No ID, Earl Roy was the program director at WGCI,
Okay.
and it was coming. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, when I made the finals, I was like, yo, fuck college. I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to do. Out of thousands of rappers, I became a finalist and lost. You know what I'm saying? So when I lost, I was trying to like build relationships in the process. So I was rocking with Mike Love and the Diz. They was on GCI, the
That's where
Bad Boys.
you win in the long run.
Yeah.
Because in this game, we know like you don't even have to be really all that talented
Yeah, if you
anymore.
got the
You got
relationships,
the
man,
relationships and the
that
connections that
that's where it's
it's
at.
what it is.
But the crazy part though, in that moment after, and not to say Mike Love and it is, but the people who I was meeting along the way after I lost, and I was trying to go back and knock on doors, dude, door was shut. So it was kind of a little bit discouraging. Like, dang, I made it to the finals, which was a good thing. So it gave me confidence, but I lost it. Then the people that in the process that I was trying to build with, it was kind of hard to connect back with them. But I always had some good support around me as far as like friends who held me down. So I met people amongst, I had my boys around me and they was like, yo, let's go. Cause in my mind, I was like, we finna do this. Y'all ain't gonna close the door and think I ain't good enough. So it
Hey,
made me want to go harder. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really started taking it more serious, bro, as far as like this what I'm gonna do. This what it is. That moment right there when I made the Chicago Idol finals and I got to perform in front of Kanye, coming and all them and coming, so showed me so much love. Selena Johnson, she from Harvey. I'm
okay.
from Harvey. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And coming was just like, man, you a star. I never forget it. He was like, you a star, bro. He said, if I see you somewhere in the near future, I won't be surprised because you got the quality of a star. And at that moment, I was still trying to find myself as an artist. I didn't have a particular style. I just randomly rap whatever the beat told me to do. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was a dope moment right there, man. Super dope.
That's dope. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I remember the whole somebody that I was working with at the time sent
White boy won the first one. A
went
guy named
was
White
sent,
Boy.
somebody's waiting in line for like 16 hours
Man.
and sung like 4 notes and they're like, "See you later."
Man, bro, for real, bro. And then it was crazy because once you waited them 16 hours or whatever, how many hours we waited in that line, you had to come back another day because they was narrowing it down. So that first day didn't mean because they picked you that day. So let's just say it was 5,000 people. They might have turned one from 5,000 to 2,000. So now you got
Okay.
to come
Yep.
do it again. You know what I'm saying? And then they put us live on the radio, bro. I will never forget on WGC, I'm going live, right? Because I got picked, but they had the wrong phone number. So they study announcing my name over air, and people like, yo, they keep announcing your name on air. I'm like, but I never got a phone call. It was one number off. So I finally get in contact with a guy up there. He was like, yo, we was just gonna get your spot away. I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But I end up getting my spot, right? So they had a thing where they had the artists coming up there doing like live 16 bars or whatever on the station. So they'll give you a beat and you got to rap. So everybody was prepared. They came in there, they had their bars ready. They knew what beat they wanted. A lot of people was rapping on Lean Back, Fat Joe joint at the time. And they was like, what beat you want to rap off for? I was like, you know, man, I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't saying it in a cocky way, but they thought I was like, man, it don't matter whatever you give me, I'm just gonna murder. I was just like, it don't matter how. What's the format? What we doing here? They like,
Yeah.
yo, we gonna put on the beat and we want you to rap to the beat. You got your bars ready. I'm like, I don't got none ready. But what's so cold about it, right? When they put on the beat, everything that you know how me and you pre-talked before the show came
Yeah.
on, everything we pre-talked about, I went off the top of my head and rapped it to that beat, a beat that I never even had heard and went crazy. And I still got the audio to this day, and I could post it, whatever, and it's probably on YouTube. But Mike Love and the Diz went crazy, like, yo,
That's dope. That's dope.
dude, snap. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't know that you were a freestyler.
Man, I had to be ready, but
Had to
that's
reach
the
in the
early,
yeah.
that's from being on the table. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So I
Exactly.
was prepared. And for that part, as far as like I didn't have nothing written or whatever, I probably wouldn't have remembered that anyway. That probably would have been a little bit too much pressure for me. I just rather went freestyle anyway. And it worked in my favor, and I snapped, man. And Lupe actually gave me props, like because one of the guys who made the finals was one of his homies that we went to high school with. He was like, "Man, Lupe was like, I was gonna win," and then he heard your freestyle, and he was like, "Man, it's gonna be between you and Beadz." He snapped, Joe. Straight up. So that was dope. Shout out Lupe, man.
Hell yeah. That's dope. That's dope as fuck.
Hmm.
So you go through there. What was the next moment?
The next moment, man, it's been so many moments, bro. Just getting that, but a dope moment for me was when I made the jingle 1-800-HURT now.
Okay.
So shout out Shundell. He called me. He said a law firm was looking for for somebody to make a jingle for this law firm or whatever the case was. So I was like, all right, cool. What's the law firm or whatever? He put me in connect with the guy. The guy told me what he was looking for. So I had a song called 6'3" that did real well in the clubs and performance set. Now, when I went to college, my major was radio TV. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I had a slight advantage
Okay.
on what was going on
All
here.
right.
So I was like, they gave me, the guy was like, the number is 1-800-HURT now. We're a law firm. Woo, woo, woo. So I just counted the syllables. Actually, I knew 6'3" worked for me. I was like, hit that with a 6'3". Everybody 1-800-HURT. Now I was like, yo, this is gonna work. So I got the studio and I remixed my own record, man. I mixtape my own record, made it in commercial radio form, jingle form. I sent it to the guy, and man, they was blown away. Brought me up to their law office downtown Chicago, put the check on the table. Would this work? But they wanted to own the rights to it. So I looked at the
Uh,
check. I like, man, I can't give y'all the rights for that amount of money. And I don't want to give y'all the rights to this song because this song does well for me. Renegotiated, took them from being able to own the actual rights to the instrumental and all that stuff. We made that final, you know what I'm
okay.
saying? And they went crazy. Like, this is a law firm, so their budget was big.
Oh
They went
yeah.
crazy behind it, and 1-800 Hurt Now became a thing. And it's crazy because I posted
Yes,
yesterday.
yes,
I
yeah.
was like,
Yep.
yo, I not only did I have a huge radio commercial that was all over Power 92, GCI. It was even on Chicago ESPN Sports Radio.
Okay.
Um, they shot the TV commercial. So I was on TV too. I was able to get my boy hired to shoot the
That's dope.
commercial.
That's dope.
Some kids that I knew, a couple of my friends starred in the commercial, and they got fed, they got a small check, but you know what I'm saying? It was dope to just be able to do that. So that was a dope moment after, after that first wave. That was another dope moment that I was like, yo, this super dope. And it's crazy because I even performed that song, the jingle, when I did concerts. So I'll be come out to wherever I come out to. Then I'm like, hold on, man. Y'all probably know me from this. And then I'll drop 1-800 Hurt
Okay.
Now. And it'll go crazy,
So
bro.
anytime you got legal trouble, do you call them?
I actually did. They won a case. So I got a trucking company, you know what I'm saying? And my one of my trucks got hit. One of my drivers was in the truck and he got rear-ended. But these insurance companies give you a hard time and try to stall you
Yeah.
out
Oh
and
yeah.
don't want to pay you the biggest heist in the world or whatever. So I was like, man, they wouldn't come off of the money that we was losing for the trucks not being able to be on the road and all that stuff. So you know what? I like, man, let me call 1-800 Hurt Now, Bradley Dorkin and them. Hey, look, this is my situation. He was like, yo, we really only handle injury cases, but I got somebody for you. Put me in tune with another person, gave him all my statements of what was going on in the trucking game and what happened, and we beat their ass.
Oh hell yeah.
We beat their ass.
That's
So
what's up.
so it was a double joint, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have them relationships, man. That insurance company was so salty because they was talking stuff like, yeah, get your lawyer. I said, you want me to get my lawyer? When I got my lawyer, when my lawyer contact them, they call me like, so you got a lawyer to represent? I say, my lawyer told me I shouldn't be talking to you. You should be talking to them. Fuck you mean? Straight up. Them facts, y'all.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you do the Chicago Auto thing, you come close, you lose.
Yeah.
At what point do you start work thinking that let me make a project, or do you just
It was
start
kind of
like dropping what would be loose singles today,
nope,
like
nope.
like street songs,
You know what
street
I did?
singles?
I started working on a mixtape, bro. I did a mixtape series called Respects the Bottom Line. So I
Okay.
started working on my first mixtape series, and it was right around that time or after, whatever the case was. My homie invested into some studio equipment, and we just got to work, man. It was time to like put together a body of work, and we did original songs and we did industry songs, which made it be a mixtape or whatever the case was. So I did four versions of Respect the Bottom Line, I believe. So it was a 4-part series mixtape. Yeah, so that was around that same time I got to working on that. The singles came a little bit later. I always was a guy who made singles because, like I say, college opened me up, and it was like, yo, I seen the world liked it more than just the rap we grew up listening to. So that's when Lil
Yeah.
Jon and them was hot,
Okay.
and it was like to the window, to the wall, and I just saw how the club responded to that. I was like, man, down south got some dope ass beats that be slamming. The songs were so dumbed down, so I kind of couldn't understand it listening to rappers like Twista. I'm a big Tupac fan. I love Biggie work. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z. So I was like, yo, the world like this. But I understood from the beat perspective. Then once you got in the club, I'm like, oh, okay. If you drinking, you really not trying to recite these many bars or something that's a complex um words that put together. It was simple stuff and heavy beats. So when I was in college and I was hearing that, I was like, you know what? I got to start making songs like this. So I started making I loved the down south beats. I started making songs that was kind of like in that format, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And people
Yeah.
that what made people put me in a box though. They was like, well, he ain't no spitter. He don't got no bars. He can't rap because he only make these type of songs. But my vision was, yo, if I only get it only take one song. If I could get one of these songs to pop and get a bigger platform, then I can introduce the world to everything else that I do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what made me. I immediately got to working on a project after that situation.
Okay. Okay. The mixtape series, 4 projects.
Yeah.
Uh, what time span did you drop anything in between those, or was it a straight run? Here's a series.
You know what's crazy? I always pretty much had a single on each one of them projects, but it wasn't a single that, of course, hit radio or nothing. So, like when I did part one, we had D Boy around that time, right? So he was doing a record called D Boy, and it was so dope because we had this little hand gesture, but like we hit the block and get rid of the whole thing. We hit the same and
Okay,
we get rid of, you know what I'm saying? So I always had records like that. That one thing I learned was to try to have the crowd participate with you, even if they don't know the record. So when we had
exactly.
them hand gestures going from this way, that way, and back there, the crowd could catch on to it by the time the second part of the hook comes around. So I always had those type of records with the actual project. And I was just mimicking what I thought the industry was doing. So if Jay-Z was coming out with a album, he had the single before that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To kind of like build up, you know what I'm saying, the anticipation for the project or whatever. So when we was doing shows and concerts, we booked our own shows, bro. Like we literally went to the club, took the money out of our pocket, rented the club out, printed up our own tickets, sold tickets to our friends, our families, booked artists to get on there, give them, hey, look, we give you 20 tickets. You give us half of the money, you keep half of the money just to bring a crowd there and the artist
Okay.
can put something in their pocket. So we was doing that early in our career. You know what I'm saying? And you have to have something. I always wanted to be a standout dude. And even though I was like, you know, have my peers a rapper, I always in my mind was like, if I was on the stage with Lil Wayne or if I was on the stage with DMX, how would I fare well with them? And that was my way of going into these shows with motivation. Like, I got to kill this because
Okay.
I want to be on that next wave. I want to be up there with the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? So that was early in the game, man. Like me and Sinatra's been at it for a while. So we get put in the same box a lot because when we start booking them shows, Sinatra's was bringing all the women and I
Okay.
was bringing all the thugs. And it was a party.
Okay.
Straight up.
That's dope. That's what a lot of that's what a lot of newer artists don't understand. Like you gotta have that drive and that initiative to go out and do it yourself. 'Cause, well, now going back to what we were saying earlier about so many people doing it.
Yeah.
There's so many people that want to rap.
It's crazy.
And they're expecting everything to come so fast and don't want to put the work in.
Yeah. Most of us rappers, man, we think because we good that everything should fall in place. I'm good. I can rap. I can make a song. I management should take care of everything. The label should come to me. It should do that. But it's just like if you want a job, bro. The job ain't gonna come knocking on your door.
Ex-
You got to get out and go
exactly.
get it. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that's one thing I learned early, man. Just by not having a dad at my house. My mom did an incredible job. Shout out to my mama. What's up, OG? She did an incredible job, and she was a grinder, hustler. I seen her make a way for me and my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So I always had it in me, like I'm not waiting for nobody to come sign me. I'm not waiting. Of course, I wanted to deal early in the game, but I already had the mentality of an independent artist before independent was even cool, before people swing that word around loosely the way they do now and brag about being independent. We was independently producing our own shows with our own money. We was independently paying for our own studio time, printing our own CDs. We was investing into the CDs when you CD burners, when you put one
Yep.
CD there and the other CD there and burn them, writing on them, getting
Exactly.
something printed on them, and going out in the streets and get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? So we been independent before independent was a cool thing. I've been into some labels, you know what I'm saying? I've been in Def Jam offices. I've been Geffen, Interscope, all that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I like my freedom to be able to create the way I want to do. And as I got wiser and older and being able to figure things out, I can make my own money. So I don't need no label to front me no money. We can do a partnership. You know what I'm saying? We could do a one-off. We could do joint ventures on certain things, but I know how to get my own money, and I know, and I want to be able to put out the music that I want to put out. I don't want nobody to be at the end of the day like, nah, that's not gonna make the cut.
Yeah. Just
You know what I'm
give me
saying?
some marketing money and I'll be good.
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
everything else myself.
Yeah. And man, we got a trucking company. So the trucking industry, even when the pandemic hit, the trucks stay moving. So at the end of the day, we know how to get our own money, man. And we've been getting the money before it was the trucking game before we got into trucks, but we wasn't never rich. We had to get everything out the mud. Every hustle that we did, every chance that we took, we had to go out there and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So being independent is cool with me. Cool to me. I know right now we stringing together a tour right now. You know what I'm saying? So August 15th, we finna head to Springfield, VA. You got me, Sinatra's, Be Easy O'Hare. We got C.A. Brown, Stretch. And I wanted to reach out to them to let them know, yo, I appreciate y'all work. And we got Twister. You know, he the headliner, but we got him, and it's just like, yo, I respect what Easy do. I respect what C.A. Brown, Sinatra's do. And I want to move around with people that I can laugh, joke, and have fun with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's what this music game's supposed to be. We supposed to be able to have fun with it, talk our shit. Easy went crazy tonight. I gotta go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of, we can light a fire under each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we on right now. We sponsoring our own tour. You know, we in a lot of different markets. August 14th, I got a concert that I'm on with Two Chains, Plies, Yo Gotti, Jacquees, myself, Bodil. You know what I'm saying? So we got that August
Okay.
14th. And that's just come off of the hard grind and work and people respect it. So shout out Red Go Boys for that one. But that just come from the people taking notoriety, like, yo, dude ain't stopping. Dude, an incredible artist. Dude is relentless. And my people come out. They coming out and they represent, you know.
Yeah.
So we put in a lot of work, man. We put in a lot of work.
It's good to see. It's refreshing that you're seeing to see that it unfold, that you're finally getting your flowers from everybody else
Mm-hmm.
instead of just the close ones too. You're
Cause
being
I'm gonna
discovered.
take it.
Exactly.
You gonna give me my flowers or I'm gonna take them. You know, at the end of the day, it's like, man, you just gotta. And I never been a cocky dude, bro. I'm probably as humble as it get, but it's just like, man, I ain't playing about it. Like when I step on stage, I ain't playing about it. When I step in the studio, everything I'm making is with a purpose. And even when I made the on phoning record, I knew it was like, yo, this record dumbed down, but I knew what it was gonna do for the clubs. You know what I'm saying? So and what did it do for radio purposes? And it's just like, I ain't playing. Like I'm locked in, I'm dialed in, and everybody that's around me, the aura they gonna get from me is like, yo, you need to be locked in and dialed in, and you need to go harder. You gonna be shameful when it's over with at the end of the night. You don't want to be the guy with the puppy face because you got killed on the show tonight, baby. So
Yeah.
Sinatra's an easy bring it. Nah, my nah, they gonna always bring it. That's why I love moving around with them. Because if it's a night where it's just like I might not mentally be in it, I know Sinatra's gonna go crazy with the rap bars, and now he's making songs like Wave that's incredible. And then Easy, he in a, like I've been watching Easy, you know, and I'm like, okay, but Easy on a whole nother swag right now with what he doing and he delivering on his records and the way he bopping. And I'm just like, yo, it's been a couple nights we didn't get double booked on. And I'm like, man, so I just got off the road. I ain't in it. And Easy will go up there and go crazy, like after all the openers, and he'll go crazy. I'm like, shit, I gotta work tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, I gotta work tonight. Cause you know, when you get to a certain level and you so used to doing something, the game come a little bit easier for you. So while the other people, no disrespect to them, but they trying to find their way. They trying to figure their style. They trying to learn how to work the stage. So whatever I do possibly gonna be better just because I'm prime, you know, not to disrespect them, but just because I'm prime. So they could go out there and it's just like, okay, that was cool. I know a few tricks that's gonna kill that without me even having to do a lot of work. But easy start to get it in. He been doing it just as long as me because we in the same class, as I say. But Easy was coming out there. I see some of the openers. I'm like, oh yeah, this finna be easy tonight. And here come Easy rapping his ass off. I'm like, motherfucker, let me go to work, baby. Let me put my cape on and get busy. And I told him I give him his flowers, man. I respect him.
Yeah, I can't wait till his shit drop.
Yeah,
What man, what exactly? Cause you're a businessman. Even away from music, like you're talking
yeah,
about the trucking company and everything.
yeah,
So you have your empire you've been building for some time.
yeah.
What which one is your favorite and the least seems like the least amount of work?
Man, rap always gonna be my favorite, man. rap is just fun to me, man. And my favorite part of rap is actually being on stage. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's my the funnest part. You know, some people like to be in the studio and just because they kicking it with the guys, getting drunk, get high, whatever they do. That's their favorite part. I kind of don't like the studio sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just
That's the
like,
work
yeah,
part.
it's like
Yeah, yeah.
shit, man. I'm in this motherfucker sweating, fucking
The
up, trying to find my.
the stage is the fruits of the labor.
It's the fruits.
You know,
Exactly, bro.
like Bug got the song on his latest album called Bad Dia, right? The song, and it's a song. It's the song for the ladies, right?
Uh,
And I'll go out and I'll buy all the blow up dolls from the lovers lanes around here, and we bring them out on stage, and by the end of the song, we throw them in the crowd. And the crowd
right.
loves it, you know.
Dope, dope,
So you
dope.
know, that's what's the end result is worth it, you know.
Hmm.
The studio grind, you know, the promo shit, because
Man,
a lot of people don't have the personality for the promo shit.
nah,
You know,
hell, a
you
lot of
know,
people. That's
they're
where they
not a
lack
people
at.
person. You
Yeah,
know, they're like standoffish or a little weird, kind of,
yeah,
you know, a little too eccentric or whatever.
yeah,
And so it's a all encompassing package that you have to have.
yeah.
You know,
Definitely, man.
well, I guess you could the lines are blurred on a certain amount of talent nowadays.
Yeah,
You know, and for a long time, hard work and connections will outbeat talent. You know,
yeah.
especially if you have the personality and the look.
Right, correct.
You know, but what's next? You had the mixtape series and everything like that. Like, have you put out a proper album before?
Yeah, I
You
got.
know,
I'm 3 albums in, bro. I put out more than the mixtape series, so I put up 4 versions of Respects the Bottom Line. I put out a 2-part mixtape series called One Shot Kill. And that was like verses that I was featured on. It was so I take my verse off of that, get a DJ, and then mix it. So that was one verse, so one shot kill, and I felt
yeah,
like I killed it.
okay,
So I did 2 versions of that. I did a mixtape called One Cold Summer with Jamal Smalls. Uh, as far as albums that's out there, I got Humble Beginnings. That was my second album. My first one wasn't supposed to be here. My first album wasn't supposed to be here. My second album was Humble Beginnings, and my third one that we on right now is Brothers Keeper. So that got on phone them on baby. Man, it's a hard project from top to bottom. All the projects was very good, but I felt like with time, I really felt my pocket right now. The things I want to talk about, my wordplay is super on the best level that it's ever been for me. My vocab is incredible right now. Just everything that I'm doing, like I'm leveled up, like mentally, I'm in a different space. And I got songs with Twista, and I held my ground. And it's not just me saying I held my ground. The people been like, "Yo, the Go Hard record you got with Twista, man, Twista went crazy, but bro, you held your ground. Like you went crazy. You know what I'm saying? We got bossing up, man. Twister went crazy, but you did it twice to be able to hold your ground with him. Summer '96 record, you know what I'm saying? And I never try to rap like Twista on the record. I think that's where people go wrong. They get to trying to outspeed him. I go to my pace. I found my pocket on whatever beat, and I swag my way through that and come up with the content that I want to talk about on it. And then me, Twister, and Cohard got one called Dynasty right now. That's hard. We got the video out that's on YouTube and everything, and all 3 of us went crazy. And I knew on that record, I knew Twister felt like I'm not finna play with Beadz no more. He been doing this thing and Twister. He was Twister on every record, but I just felt like in that particular moment, like he like, man, I'm gonna be Twister on here. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing, man. And I did my thing, and Cold Heart did his thing. So going forward from him, man, we got tour dates, bro. We got some of everything popping. We got the clothing store. We own the clothing store
okay,
called Innovative Signatures.
okay.
So we got the apparel out in Homewood, Illinois. Shout out to Tab and Leisha over there. We like I say, got the trucking company. We got tour dates. We got big concerts. Our marketing game crazy, man. We winning. We winning like a motherfucker right now. We got a tour bus that's going from here from Illinois out to Springfield, Virginia. So some of my people that's on my page, I extended the invite for them to actually be a part of this whole experience to get on the tour bus with us. We're gonna go to Springfield, Virginia. We're gonna do brunch when we touch down in Springfield,
Okay.
Virginia. We all stand in the same hotel. Then we're gonna do a meet and greet with Twister. Then we're gonna do the concert. So we giving our fans and our people that rock with us the ultimate experience of just being with us and being able to kick it and enjoy this on a whole nother level.
You're starting to it's it's simmering.
Yeah,
The
man.
boil's about to. It's
Yeah,
just a matter of time.
yeah,
These shows have been picking up. Uh, more shows.
yeah,
You've always been really good about expanding your brand outside of the area.
yeah,
And that's a lot of thing that new and up and coming artists don't understand. You, you're a big fish in a small pond,
yeah.
and then you, that's when the work starts.
Man, you
When
gotta
when
do
you
something.
become big in your city, that's when the work starts because it's time to go somewhere else
Yeah.
and get to that the next level, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
When was your step up to the next level in regards to kind of leaving outside the area? Where did you go to expand the
Oh,
brand?
okay, so what ended up happening was after 1-800 Hurt Now, I had got a single called Get Home with Lazy Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony, right?
Okay.
So I was marketing that record and I had one up to Power 92 on Shondell show, Raw Radio. And it just so happened me and Twister was in the same, like he was promoting whatever project or whatever he had going on that time. And I was promoting
Beadz, what's
and I was promoting the Get Home record. And what ended up happening, we already knew each other. So what happened
Okay.
was Twister was like, yo, I like that record with Lazy. He was like, yo, we ain't got no record together. I'm like, nah, T, we don't got no record together. You already know we don't got no record together. He said, put a record together so I could kill you on it.
So
I
I
said,
so I
oh,
could kill you
man,
on it.
I was happy. I was like, bet Twister finna kill me on the record. I remember telling the guys, like, yo, T said he gonna do a song with me, man. He said he gonna kill me. I don't even care. That same night, man, I wrote the record Go Hard. And you know what I'm saying? After we finished that record Go Hard, I remember I was waiting for T to get his verse back to me. He was busy, he was touring or whatever. And I was just like, man, I was a big 2K junkie, man. Playing 2K. I remember it like it was yesterday. Then I get an email, it comes to your phones. And I was like, bing. And I seen it. It was like from Twister. I was like, oh, put my
No,
2K
hold
joint
on,
down. I don't
hold
put
on,
my
hold on.
2K down for nothing, really. Put that joint down. I go to the email. I'm like, oh, I got the verse of Twister. So I'm hitting the guys before I even listen. Yo, Twister sent me the verse. They're like, how it sound? I like, I don't know. Let me listen to it. Man, he went crazy. I like, man, he snapped. So when we did that, I'm already like, okay, I got the verse, but I told them, yo, when Twister do this verse, either two things gonna happen. We're gonna sell a decent amount of records that's gonna get us a refund, a recoup, or we're gonna go on tour with him. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was he got me the record back. I looked at his schedule, or I hit him up. See, where you gonna be at? Oh, I just Google concerts Twister coming up, right? So my plan was I got a record with Twister. Let me reach his fan base.
Yeah.
So if I see him like in Minnesota, Wisconsin, me and the guys to just get up and travel there. He wouldn't even know I'm coming. So I go down there with posters, flyers, all that type
Yep.
of stuff, tear the city off around to where he's performing at that club, go to the club beforehand, put some posters or whatever. So he got the drift like, he'll text me like, hey man, you in Minnesota? He like, cause I'm seeing posters. I'm like, yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
Minnesota.
I'm here.
He like, well, the concert kick off at woo, 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 come through. You and the guys come through. So we started just coming through, just hanging with
Yeah.
him, whatever the case was. So after we did that so many times, he told DJ Type Mike, like, yo, after my set, play the record Beadz got with me, go hard. And then I'll be on after he perform, I'll come on stage, he'll play the record. Cause now we just kicking it, break out the phone, film or whatever. It was getting vibe, it was getting love, people were seeing it. So we just kept doing that, hitting markets. And then a guy had booked Twister in Arizona that I knew from well, a guy wanted to book him from that I knew from high school, but somebody beat him to the punch. And he was like, man, somebody got Twister already, bro. But you coming out here? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm looking up flights to Arizona. Them motherfuckers was high. I was like, I don't know about that. So I was like, yo, I had text T. I'm like, look, T, you got like A show out in Arizona, bro. I'm thinking about coming out there, man. If I come out there, it's cool if I come in with y'all. He like, bro, if you come out to Arizona with us, you gonna perform with me. Booked the flight while he was
Hold
telling
on.
me this.
Hold on.
I booked the flight, man. Then I did 3 cities in Arizona with Twister
Oh, that's dope.
right off back. So after I did them 3 cities, it just became a thing. I started hitting every other place with them. So that's how I started expanding a little bit more reach outside of Chicago.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, I've been in. It's so crazy, and because you asking me about these moments, I've been in Source magazine before I did anything with Twister. I
Okay.
did 1-800 Her Now. I've been in Hip Hop Weekly as unsigned hype. I was
Okay.
in Source right next to Reed Dollars from Philly when
All right.
they
Yeah.
was big on the battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I've done a lot of stuff. I was cover of Coast to Coast magazine before that time. So it was like some people will look at it who get engaged with me now, like, oh, he got it popping off of 1-800 Her Now for Jingle. Oh, he got it popping because he was with Twister. No, I've been getting it popping.
Yeah.
It's just the world, it was just figuring out a way to get it to the masses, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? More and more. So, and I got all the goddamn covers for anybody who think I'm lying or playing. I
Got
I
all of
post
them.
them. I post them periodically.
Yeah.
Go down
Your,
memory lane.
your
You know
wall
what I'm
of
saying?
fame.
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got you got
yeah.
them hung up and shit.
Nah, I got them in the box, man.
Oh
You know what?
man.
You know why? I just didn't have the time to really put them up. So I got a house. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get it all situated the way I want to get it
Okay.
situated yet. But I got them saved for that purpose
Okay.
and reason.
At least you got them.
Yeah, I got them, man.
At least you got them.
I
At
break
least you
them
got them.
off. I gotta show my sons, man. Shout out to my sons, man. Cause I know we gonna freely talk, man. Shout out to my sons and follow my sons, man. Go DJ3 on basketball. So I
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah. You be posting them.
man. He real nice on the
Yeah.
basketball
How
side,
old is he?
man.
Young.
He's 9 years
That's
old.
crazy.
So he supposed to be going to the 4th grade, but he skipped the grade, so he's going to the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying?
It's still hanging.
And he's balling, bro. He's balling. So I want to take my platform to give my son his flowers and his platform. And then I got a son that's going to the 1st grade that just made the 3rd and 4th grade team.
That's
So
dope. That's dope.
I got some young bulls, man, on the hoop side. Follow GOAT DJ3, y'all. I'm telling y'all would be impressed by this little kid, man, and the sky the limit for him because he dope. He dope. He dope. I'm telling y'all now. Don't sleep on him. Do not sleep on him.
That's dope. I mean, cause you said earlier, talk about rap and basketball. Now, how uh what about your love of the game?
Basketball and rap is 1A and 1B. Um, I played a little bit of high school ball, played 8th grade, played a little bit of recreational ball, but I didn't have the confidence, passion, and drive that I got for rap that I have for basketball. And that's part of because of the support. You know what I'm saying? So like when I made my high school team freshman year, it wasn't nobody at the game. So games for me and my support.
Okay.
So like after the games, I see some of my teammates hugging it up and what they did and they did. I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So it detoured me from wanting to chase that as a dream. I felt out of place. So I didn't have the confidence to do it. I didn't have nobody pushing me. I didn't feel like I had nobody had my back. Like if I miss, somebody be like, fuck that. Take the shot. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of detoured me away from basketball like that. I didn't have that support that just pushed me. When I started rapping, one, I was able to express myself, and the support really came organically. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was showing up to the shows. You know what I'm saying? My big brother jumped behind me because I think they really kind of felt like, not that they even felt that way, but they knew that I didn't have that in that, and this was my next thing, and I was good at rap too. So they was like, "We got you." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure we got you.
Yeah, yeah. Was growing up without your dad, um, does that make it easier for you to be a good dad? Because you
Man,
you know exactly what to do and
yeah.
what not to do.
Yeah, that was everything, man. Growing up without a dad, and then finally being able to have children. I got 3 boys. Um, it made me want to be part of everything that they do. Talk to them about any and everything. You know, do things for them that I wish I had. Like when we was growing up, the only trip I can ever remember going to was Detroit.
Okay.
Our summer vacation was Granny Crib. You know what I'm saying? For real, like wherever Granny lived at, and she was local. She was either Chicago, Harvey, Riverdale, or something like that. That's where your summer vacation was. I never went to Disney World. I never went to um I never went to Wisconsin Dells. I never went to none of the cool places that you see families go to. You know what I'm saying? So when I was able to have children, man, it was like they gonna get all that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, man. We didn't been to Florida so many times. My kids don't even like going to the theme park. Just give them a swimming pool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not the fact of to spoil them, because I know at the end of the day, I teach them, hey man, you gotta earn this. Reason why we in Disney World, because mom and dad be busting our ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's music, whether it's this trucking, whether it's the company she work for, we bust our ass to make this happen. So don't think just because y'all get to experience this that it just come easy. But also, they I felt like when I went to college, it exposed me to more. I want them to know it's more to the world than just the neighborhood that we live in. So that's why they
Yeah.
didn't been out the country on cruises with us and all that type of
Okay.
stuff.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to experience that, but I take them to the hood too. Like we be in the pace setters hooping.
There you
I
go.
take them right to the hood. They see all of the buildings, the townhouses, the row houses that
Make them
shut down.
appreciate what they
Yeah,
have even more.
this where we from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dad ain't rich, mom ain't rich. This where we from, but we able to provide for y'all, you know? So they get the chance to see best of both worlds. I talk about them. I remember when my son got into some trouble. I took him to the projects, man. I took him down on
Uh,
35th, bro.
like a scare straight shit.
Yeah, like a scared straight
Yeah.
joint, just because he was acting up at school. I was like, yo, pack your bag. Get your bag right now.
Let's go.
He went crazy, crap. No, then I'm able to legally have a gun. I
Okay.
say, so I pull out my gun. Hey, and you gonna need this because they got them out here. You know what I'm saying? He said, I don't want, I don't
I don't
want,
want that.
I don't want that. I say, man, if you ain't got one, you're gonna be in trouble because you finna stay here and I'm coming back home. We drove down there, we went out there and we walked through the projects. Cause my mom and dad from the Ickies projects
Okay.
before they got torn down. My mom and dad from the Ickies. So I ain't gonna say I'm familiar and got no friends down there, but that's what my mom and dad. I used to have to go down there with my mom because that's where her friends was at.
Yeah.
So she kicked it. Hey, son, y'all gotta come to the project.
Hey, that's where we going
I
today.
leave me and Harvey. You want me to go to the projects? They don't know us. They want to kick our ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to give my son a scared straight tactic, but I just want him to know that it's more to the world. Life ain't sweet. You're gonna have a lot of challenges. All of my sons, you at a disadvantage already, but you got to work for it. It ain't no excuses at the end of the day. It don't matter what color skin you is. Okay, you're gonna have disadvantages, but at the end of the day, it ain't no excuse. Life gonna be what the hell you make it. So you got to go out there and make a way. And I'm involved, like so. I train guys to do trucking. Sometimes when we short on drivers or a driver may get a different opportunity, they don't leave us. I'm on the road pushing the trucks too because I
Okay.
got a CDL. But guess what? When my son got a game, I don't care where we at. That was the main reason why I wanted to be an owner. Can't nobody tell me I have to be in no particular area. I can navigate myself there to be at
Exactly.
my son game.
There
So
you go.
they understand and see that, like, man, they'd be gone. But when it's time for us to have a game, or if it's something going on with school or something that's important, buddy, be there. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
be
what's
there.
up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's what was uh what was your scare straight moment? I asked that because you made it so far. You're here, from being where you're from.
Right.
You're here and you're prospering, and growing up in the time well, we grew up fucking. It's hard to, no matter who you are, hard to escape.
Yeah.
What was your scare straight moment?
My scared straight moment was when I had my first son. He was around by like 2 years old, man. So I went out to West Cousin. One of my cousins got jumped on. So it's blood cousin, like that's my mama's sister kid. You know what I'm saying?
That's my brother type.
That's my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
we grow up together.
That's
So my
exactly
little
yeah.
cousin get jumped on. We go out there. We got guns on us and all that type of stuff, or whatever the case. We trying to figure out what's what, man. And basically, to just narrow the story down a little bit, I don't know pretty much nothing like how to navigate through Wisconsin. We didn't see the dudes that did what they did to my cousin. So we about to get up out of there. We stop at a gas station. We Stop at a gas station right across the neighborhood they from. See one of the guys or a couple of the guys. They point them out. We run up on them. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, the police happen to pull in a lot
Oh
at the
shit.
same time. So we
Okay.
all scattered the guys who was trying to get off. They pull off. The police chase them. So now I'm like, yo, I had this van with the floor slipped up. I'm like, give me my joints. I'm up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So when they pulled them guys over, the guys like, yo, they pulled some guns on us. You know what I'm saying? So now the police, they identify the vehicle. They pulled my because my mom was trying to help my auntie move out too. So they pulled my mom and my grandmother over. So I'm like, damn. So I get on the expressway. I only know this the way to get back to Illinois, to Chicago or whatever. Man, I'm looking in a mirror and I see the officer get on his walkie-talkie. By the time I look back on the road, I kid you not. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It's hella cars, just squad cars on the side of the grass on the E-way. So like when you're driving on the
Yeah.
E-way and then you got your off ramps and you got your
Yeah.
grass. It's hella cars, just police cars, just right there. So when I look, I'm like, oh shit. I'll drive past the first one and they all just whoop behind me, one by one by one. So I'm like, all right, it's me, my little brother, and my little cousin who got jumped on in a van. And I'm like, yo, I know we got these guns in here. I'm like, look, don't nobody say none. You know what I'm saying? If they found them, they found them. Because I know they was under the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get off the road. I'm in a caravan. I can't do no high speed chase or nothing.
Just going.
Man, you would think it's like the movie. I'm like, man, like it was so crazy because it was like, yo, cut the car off, roll the window down, cut the car off, put your hands out the window, open the door from the outside, step out, put your hands on your head, walk backwards, get on your knees, and bum rush you.
Okay.
That was the reality of it. So they did all three of us like that, one by one, put us in separate cars, and they like they like, man, y'all got any weapons or whatever on y'all? And I'm like, nah, we don't got no weapons or nothing or whatever. They was like, you sure? I'm like, we don't got no weapons. Cause I'm a little bit confident, like it's gonna be hard for them to find. Bro, when I say they had us in the car for a long time, bro, in my mind, it feel like it was like 35, 45 minutes, bro, of them just searching.
It's
and it may have not been,
that's
but
the only that time don't slow down no more than when you waiting for the cops to come back.
Man, and bro, and I'm just sitting there looking, and they having the hardest time. They call a K9 unit, bro, because they asked me could they search the car, and I was like, nah, this is not my vehicle. You can't search it or whatever. They're like, all right, well, we'll just wait till the K9 unit come. K9 come, he scratched. You know what I'm saying? So they in here searching. So they like, man, we know it's something in here. So they was like, what's in there? Do y'all smoke weed or something? I'm like, man, I don't know what anybody do in this van because we use this van to go promote at different concerts and venues or whatever the case. So maybe somebody smoked some weed or whatever. I don't know. Man, it took them so long. But when I seen them pull that bag up that the guns was in, heart just dropped. I was like, damn. So now I'm thinking like, I just had a son, and here I am finna be in Wisconsin, a place I don't even really know too much about. You know what I'm saying?
Probably not a part of Wisconsin that you want to be in anyway.
Yeah, Dane County. So I was sitting in Dane County. Me and my brother, they try to make us who had the gun, who this belongs to, yada yada. The whole spiel. We say nothing. I feel comfortable without a lawyer. So they sent us to their little bullpen or whatever it was. And they tell me they processed my brother in first. He already had a felony here in Chicago. He shouldn't even been in Wisconsin. So they processed him first. They jagged the case though. So once they processed him and they seen that he had felonies, we had 2 guns in that vehicle. At the time, I'm not knowing that they placed both guns on him. So when they getting ready to process me and they ask me all this, do you got family that love you? Are you suicidal? All these questions. Then they like, do you got bond money? I'm like, bond money? How much I need? So I'm like, man, they
What's
like, you could bond out. Ooh, ooh. So I'm like, dang, okay. Because this is the first time me ever getting actually caught.
Okay.
So I'm like, I bet. What's the bond? They give me the number. Yeah, I got that. I just need to make a phone call. So immediately I'm like, yo, the guy y'all processed before y'all, do he got a bond? They was like, nah, he got a felony. I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, at least if I get out, I can help my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I bond out or whatever. I go home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm overwhelmed, bro. Like I'm burnt out. Like it's crazy. We never all the stuff we ever did, we never got caught. Especially me, I never got caught. Like so, I'm like, man. So once the first court date come, they give you everything that the police seen, who said what, and all this stuff. So I'm reading through it, and I'm confused. I'm like, because they had got a pocket knife off me too, or whatever. The blade was longer than 4 inches, or whatever the case was. So I'm reading it and I'm confused. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm overwhelmed. I go to court. They're like, this preliminary or whatever the case is. They asking me all this stuff, and I'm reading through it, and I'm just like, Your Honor, what am I being charged with? That was like possession of a knife with a 4 inch blade and 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 disorderly conduct. I'm like, what? Now my fingerprints
And-
all over the guns.
And
though.
you still confused as a
I'm
motherfucker.
confused. Like y'all got 2 guns, one person locked up, 3 of us got arrested together. I'm confused. So as I'm reading now, I'm really paying attention to the paperwork, and I'm looking and I'm reading, and I see the loophole. They thought my brother was somebody else because we went down there a little deep. So
Okay.
now they don't want me and my brother to talk. Y'all gotta stay separate. But of course, he calling home to my mom. I'm like, hey, bro, it's a loophole, bro. They fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They think you somebody else. And he was like, yeah, man, they pressing on me about woo woo woo. He's like, but fuck them. You know what I'm saying? They got to do their job. So I'm like, you good. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to court. You know what I'm saying? I go to court. I play the whole, I went to college and I made a mistake. I get to tap on the hand. So my brother know once they kept him for some months, you know what I'm saying? But he violated his time here. So
Yeah.
they was like, so the DA, she realized like, yo, that wasn't him. Cause now they looking at the cameras from the gas station that we was in.
Yeah.
That was like that wasn't him. So they asking him, who is the other dude? He like, I don't know. That's y'all job to find out who the other dude was. So they was like, look, we'll throw this out if you just sign out and plead guilty. So he know he got to do some time in Illinois.
Yeah.
He sign off. He take the charge. So we go to court. I'm sitting in the courtroom. The judge confused. Now he like, so you mean you want me to let this guy walk? Y'all find 2 guns. These guys was in the car. This kid got
You
jumped
just
on.
want me to let him
This
go.
was gonna be a homicide. Denied.
Oh,
Hey, my
shit.
brother said, bro. My brother said, well, fuck that, then. Shit, I retract my statement. He like, nah, it's too late. So he would have to do appeal. He served his time there, then got out and went straight to jail in Illinois. That was one of the moments that was just like,
All right.
fuck is we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I felt so bad that I wasn't there I felt like I wasn't gonna be there for my son. I felt like I was gonna let him down. I felt like as a big brother, my brother sitting in there, and if anything, I'm the big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over him is like he shouldn't be sitting there. You know, my prince all on his gun. They botched the case. They just looked at somebody. I had a clean record. He had a felony. They was like, let's slam
Yeah.
him.
It's all. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So
They could give him more time for 2 guns than they can you for 1.
yeah, so it was just that was a downer moment, bro. Like I didn't even want to rap, bro. I was just like, fuck rap. The reality of what's going on, it was demoralizing, bro. It was depressing because at the end of the day, when you're a big brother or a father, man, you a protector to them. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I let both of them down in that moment, bro. So that shit was eating at me a whole lot, bro. That shit was eating at me. So that was one of my I don't know if you want to call it a scared straight moment, but that was just a reality check that just smacked me so hard. Like, gotta move smarter. I know better. You know what I'm saying? So that was a moment for me.
It's a we got a it's a real fine line to walk in this area, just because it's so prevalent and so easy. You know, it's
Man,
unless you're making your own way, you're an entrepreneur like yourself. You know, a couple businesses and shit like that. You know, it's real hard to forge a lifestyle out here that's not, you know, anything less than blue collar, and even
yeah,
that's not like it was like when we were growing up.
correct.
You know what made you go ahead and start your own businesses? Did you was it you wanting to be your own boss or being able to dictate your schedule to make music easier, or was it one of those things where it's like, if I got a job, this ain't gonna work out right because I
Nah, it was a lot of things, man. I always thought big, even as a kid, bro. Like I always thought that I was gonna be something, somebody. You know what I'm saying? As you get older, you start putting things in perspective. So one of the moments, besides me just always being a person,
before you get into that, one question. What was your first job?
First real
Yeah,
job.
first real job.
I want to say my first real job was a car wash.
Okay.
Yeah, working at the car wash, bro. Yeah, that was my first real job. I think. I mean, they ain't give me no W-2s or nothing, so I don't know if that's counted as a real job or W-2,
Eh,
W-4,
the same thing.
whatever.
I think the first
Yeah,
thing
but car
I
wash.
was a paper boy.
Oh man, I wanted to be one of them,
Like,
bro.
bro, me and
I
two of
wanted to
my
be one.
boys, me and two of my boys had our whole neighborhood on lock. We
Man,
each
you
did
was the
like 3 or
man.
4 blocks. And
That
it's
was
weird now that I think about it. Like, we had all types of fucking responsibility. I started at 9 years old. And this is back when you went door to door to collect, like
yeah.
once a month. And like after everything's said and done and everybody pays their bill on time and tips good, like I'm 9 years old and I'm making $1,200 a month.
Man,
It's like, what the
man,
fuck? I
that
look
felt
at it
good.
now. I look at it now like, man, I blew a lot of money at motherfucking
At an
at
early
Aladdin's
age.
Castle and fucking Friar Tuck's.
Yeah.
Like I spent a lot of money, like
Man.
shit. But yeah, it was weird. That was probably the first thing I did. Then the first real job, because now I think like I was 9. I didn't pay no
That's what
fucking
I'm saying.
taxes
Like it
on it.
was no taxes. Yeah, that's
Like
how.
what?
Yeah.
I'm making fucking 17, 18 grand a year, and like I didn't pay no tax. Who paid
Man,
tax on that?
man, for real, for
You
real.
know?
That's how I was when I was at the car wash. Like they had me detailing cars, bro. Like actually waxing and I'm shampooing carpets. I'm steam cleaning engines. I had a car but no license, so they knew I knew how to drive, and they
Yep.
had a contract with a dealership, and they was like, "We know you know how to drive, and we need to get these cars back. Please don't crash." I'm what?
Please.
I'm whipping this in the snow. Y'all see how I'm pulling up. You know what I'm saying? So that was my first job. And then I end up working with a job that actually I had to file taxes for was the dollar store, man. I was like the king of the dollar
Oh
store,
shit.
man. And then our location shut down and they transferred me to the mall. And it was like a max 10 in a dollar store. So the maximum you would spend is $10 and you get everything else for a dollar or whatever the case was. And that's how I met Sinatra's. Both of us
Okay.
working in River Oaks Mall, man.
Okay.
He was at the phone company. I was in a dollar store, but I was making dollars on top of dollars doing what I was doing at the time. So I was in that lit, man. I was in the mall
I
getting
worked at
busy.
World Foot Locker for a minute.
Oh man, you was down the other wing, man. I
Yeah,
was on the wing with McDonald's.
me and my boy started off at Woodmar when Woodmar still was a mall,
Yeah.
and we were at the Foot Locker there for a long time, and he could sell like anything. Like I was a stock guy,
Mhm.
and I do the stock, and then I come work lease line and fucking just work lease line and look at the bitches walking by all day,
Mhm.
and then fucking he sold mad shoes, and they just kept promoting them and promoting them, so they finally moved into the World Foot Locker, and he was like, yo, but I gotta take him with me, blah blah
Dope,
blah.
dope.
Bro, that shit,
That mall
it
life was dope though,
bro,
bro. At
especially
that
at
age,
that time, because
yeah.
this was 98, 99.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, bro.
like it was,
Shit.
man, I
Well, they
loved it.
won 98, 99 for me, but
Yeah.
but look, check it out. Like the mall life was so dope because I'm working in there, I'm printing up my CDs, and not just doing the same thing here in the hall right here. I'm in the store, I'm dropping mixtapes in their bag as they buy stuff.
You get for
I'm
free.
doing
I
my
don't even
little,
care.
yeah, I'm doing my little grind on the side up in that joint.
Shout
Like,
out to Sinatra. He's watching right now.
yeah, salute
Trapping and
Sinatra.
working hard in the mall. Turn
Oh,
River
see,
Oaks into the
yeah,
Carter.
yeah. See, not know what I'm talking about. And look, from that moment, that's when I realized not rap and not rap. And what we end up doing, Sinatra's, we threw the shows at What's Ups. You brung up all the brung out all the chicks. I brung out all the guys, and it was a party every fucking time. Like people used to be just looking forward to being in a show with me and Sinatra's at that time, bro. And when that versus thing came up, that's why they paired me and Sinatra's together, because everybody know Sinatra's is a guy with bars. I'm a guy who always predicated myself off of making songs, but we just been so tied in together just for so long that it was just like we'd love to see Beadz and Sinatra's share a versus stage just to celebrate. And when me and Sinatra's talked about it, when we did versus, it wasn't to really try to beat each other, even though we in the competitive sport and not feel he a great artist, which he is, and I feel I'm a great artist. It was more like, yo, we gonna celebrate each other, man. We know each other music, and we had a fucking good time, man. We made history, now. Salute to you, bro.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah, that mall time was crazy, especially out here. Like
Yeah,
it
man, it
was
was fun.
Well, what I used to do is I made friends with everybody in the mall.
Yeah.
Because I got in a bunch of trouble when I was 16. I got all types of trouble. I had a Fed case. I was
Dang.
involved in a bunch of chop shops that got busted.
Okay.
Fucking I got pulled into RICO charges. Shit. My 16th
Whew,
birthday, I started a
that's
trial on my
rough.
16th birthday, like facing 35 years and shit.
Oh, that's rough,
The
man.
first trial was trying to separate me from the RICO charge
Okay.
because I got pulled in. They're trying to charge me with fucking 67 counts of auto theft because that's how many
Cars.
whole cars that they recovered, right?
Right.
But my fingerprints were only on one.
Okay.
So after like 8 months, I got it separated from it.
Okay.
And then after that, they did stupid shit. Like I got like 10 years probation, 10 fucking took my license away for 10 years,
Wow.
10,000 hours community service, all type of weird shit.
Yeah, bullshit.
But fucking that was my scared straight moment where I started being smart about everything I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But fucking here I am on probation, make friends with everybody in the mall, and I'd get there early because my boy had to open.
Right.
But since I was officially like a stock guy, I didn't work a full-time schedule.
Okay.
I could, like if my stock's done, and I would end up working way more than full time because I'd be done. And the bitches that work there, sorry ladies,
Sorry, bitches.
but fucking they always wanted to leave first. They don't want to
Right.
work. They're like, "Can we leave?" And my best friend, the manager, he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I just end up like working like from my shift to close. But that gap that I had to sit there because I couldn't drive, and I had already been pulled over like twice, so I was like,
Right.
"Bro, let me just stop this shit." So I rode with him, so I had to go to work 3 hours early. And in those 3 hours
Wow.
early, I make friends at the mall.
Right.
And in 2 months having the job, I spend that 2-3 hours like smoking and selling dime bags to everybody that
Hey, that's
works
what
in
I
the
said.
fucking
That's
mall to
when I
store.
say I was doing what I was doing
Exactly,
in the mall. I was doing what I
bro.
was doing.
The Pizza Pizzazz, the owner of the Pizza Pizzazz at Woodmar,
Okay.
was a fucking cokehead. Like
Damn.
he didn't care what you did in the back, as long as he was taken care of. And it was like just the
Uh,
craziness, like it was like the club in the mall, like
Man, for real. That was the beauty of it, bro. Like I became a key holder and like a assistant manager at the store that I worked at. So you know what I'm saying? Like I was in the mall getting busy, bro. So I
you
was
get that
making my
key holder
little
position, you're like, oh
yeah.
yeah, I
I
made it
was making my
in the
little
mall game.
bullshit
Yeah,
money per hour, but it was like times 2 or 3 with what the fuck
exactly.
I was doing.
They're like, like, why are you staying at the job? The perks are great.
It's wonderful, man. I'm talking about I'm getting motherfuckers coming in there suited and booted with Macy suits on and shit. The eyelash girls, the people who just working anywhere, just like yo. And then it just, man, I just knew the type of clientele and people that I wanted to deal with, and it translated even to the music. Like I know what I'm dealing with. What up, CA Brown? I see you on here, man. We talked some good game about you early too, man. We show you some love.
So what 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 was the first business you started?
Uh, Trapping.
there
I'm
there you go.
fucking around.
Hey, it's funny because when I do these shows, when I do these shows, you're actually the first show that I've done that I didn't know personally before.
Okay.
So, and it's like, we all got our history and shit like
Oh
that. But
shit.
but as I go through these stories and we go back and forth, like I'm already have to think at like what year is this?
All right.
What year did all this stuff happen?
This the first business I have. The first business I had, I was a shorty, man. We had a few businesses. We fixed bikes in the backyard.
Bro, into my garage. In my garage, I fixed bikes, right? And then I recorded everything on VHS. So I opened a video store.
You had a video, see?
Yeah.
What we did was
Yeah.
we would have collected tadpoles the thing and we bought goldfishes and resold them in the
Okay.
neighborhood. We went to the candy store and bought all the candy and
Okay.
sold it in the neighborhood. We cleaned up yards. I used to cut my cousin's grass and bushes, cleaning up dog shit, man. And that was my first like businesses. And later, like officially, like getting the EIN and all that type of stuff, man. What we do for? Did I do the trucks officially first? I know we got a record company, but maybe the record label. We did
Okay.
the record company, then we did the trucks, and then we did the store, right? I think yeah, somewhat in that order. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah.
What's which one's your favorite? Take
Besides
wrapping off.
wrapping up.
Yeah.
You know what? the trucks make me the most money. So
Yeah,
money gonna always
that's
be.
what Bugs 9 to 5 is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a truck
The
driver.
trucks make
Yeah,
me the most money. But honestly, man, I like the store just because it tie-ins with music and just lifestyle.
you
You know what
become
I'm
a man of
saying?
the people there.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And I got that store with my partners. Salute to my partners again because they run a day-to-day basis. I'm barely ever there. You know what I'm saying? But when I was working in a mall, the district manager or the owner, the guy came in there one day was like, "Yo, why is this gum on the floor? Scrape the gum up." I'm like, nigga, I'm not a fucking gum scraper. So in my mind, I was like, "Yo, if this motherfucker could own the store, I can own the store." And I was kind of like motivated to get a store. And now, I've been fortunate with my partners to get a store, and his shit closed down. So I'm better than that motherfucker. Fuck fuck him. Randy, if you hear this, fuck you.
Fuck you, Randy.
You've been full of shit since you was district manager.
Yeah, we had the greatest schemes going at Foot Locker, and because Foot Locker was dumb, bro. Like they did one audit a year, and then they put the manager and the head stock guy in charge of it.
I think they still probably do that because man, ain't all these number ones, bro.
And it's
It's getting
crazy,
sold out in the resale game. Crazy now. You should still be on the side.
bro. Here's the thing: what people don't like now. I know I got people that are they're still in the industry, but
Okay.
everything's they get like before we get the Jordans like 2 weeks before they come out, right?
Mhm.
We get about 2 weeks early. What
Mhm.
I used to do, even though I was doing the little rapping on the side or whatever with friends and shit, I got into the business part of it when I met when I used to start sell the shoes early to like members of the grind family and shit like that.
Dope.
So
So y'all innovators for
yeah,
that.
so I was like, you can't have the box though. The box
Mm.
got to stay. You come back in 2 weeks, I'll give you the box.
Oh, dope. So
So
that's how that works.
and they would pay more, because the main manager, this motherfucker would leave every day. He'd come in for like an hour. He'd leave with 2 bags. He'd be stealing all the time. And then we're like, if he the manager, he gonna be the one that get in trouble when it go down. So we might as well start stealing some shit too.
Get with the
Bro.
program, baby.
I was selling everything. What you need? I got shoes. I got
Mm.
insoles. I got
Mm.
I got motherfucking protective spray. I got shoelaces.
Hey, y'all was cold.
Bro, everything. But we'd get a lot. Like we'd get 20, 30 pairs of Jordans, all
Okay.
equally mixed throughout sizes. I mean, except for anything over 12, we only have one pair.
Okay.
Up to 15.
Okay.
But nowadays, like they're getting like 10 pairs, and then you still gotta, depending on where you're at, whether they're gonna do the raffle or it's first come first serve in line,
It's
or you're
different than that now.
or you're trying to get on the app, you're on a sneaker
Yeah,
app, and you're just
yeah.
like, I got the app with one credit card on my phone. I got the other one on my iPad. I'm like, one of them, I'm gonna get it on one of these.
Man, I hate shoe shopping now, bro. I just came back from DC, man, and I went to the mall. You know what I'm saying? And one guy, he was cursing him. It was like the shoes was on the wall and shit, but it wasn't no cool shoes. That motherfucker say, "Hey, where the fuck the shoes at?" He said, "You work here?" Dude was like, "Yeah." He like, "Man, where the fuck the shoes at? Because these can't be the shoes." Like right now, all of these people are buying out the good shit
everywhere,
reselling it.
and here everything, all the pandemic shit from last year is catching up. Like Nike's having all types of. I think they're like at their capacity in Vietnam, where most of their shit's made and shipped out, is down like 74%.
Man,
Like it's like everybody's trying to play
it's
catch up
different.
now, and depending on what size you wear,
I'm a 13. I can't never
you
find
can't find shit.
Can't
And
find
it's anything between like 9 and 11,
Mhm.
and then the higher size. Like the most common size, good luck.
Yeah, you ain't finding shit. You
None.
better have you a shoe plug, or you better be paying top dollar. Like
Exactly.
I'm seeing $200 shoes for $500. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's your day-to-day operations like with the businesses? How hands-on are you? I know you said the partners handle the store and everything.
Yeah. The store get handled by Tab and Leisha. They do an incredible job over there. Trucking, I'm very fucking hands-on every day. Me, my man's Kurt, that's in the building. My brother Danny, we every day sorting out the trucking. Freight got to get moved. Drivers come and go. Right now it's a lot of pandemic money out there. So nobody wants to work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And they enjoying their pandemic money. So I'm hands on, man. I'm in the truck trapping, making moves. I'm barely ever in Chicago. I'm on the road doing shows. I'm on the road busting moves with this trucking company. We dealing with brokers. We super super hands on with that. And then I'm involved with my kids a lot when it comes to their
Yes, yeah,
training and basketball. So
exactly.
yeah,
It could be a random time of the day, and
yeah,
you're on live, and you're at a practice or a game
yeah.
or whatever.
What's so dope is that don't nobody ever know where I'm at. Like I might not even be here right now, and they looking at this shit while it's live. Yo. You don't know if I'm
Hey,
here or
hey,
I'm in the truck.
we in front of a green screen. We could be anywhere right now.
They don't know where I'm at, man, and that's the beauty of it because I don't like people knowing exactly where the hell I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you come into the show, then you can know. But other than that, my day to day is all over the place. I could be anywhere at any goddamn time.
I just put you in the living room
You
now.
feel me? Oh,
Yeah.
we stopped. You see us?
You just chilling. Hey, man, you got a nice little living room there.
Y'all feel me? It's different, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Living room game. Crazy.
That's dope. What's the what is the current mission?
You know what? The current mission for me is as far as music goes.
That
We're gonna talk about music
because your
I
your
got a
music
lot of
momentum
missions.
is snowballing.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I appreciate that too. Appreciate that recognition.
I'm gonna make one. And here's the thing, because now you've seen it. You've been grinding, you've been grinding since the lunch table. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and now that it's snowballing, it's crazy how fast it goes. Right,
Man, it's going faster and faster, bro. Every day
it's
somebody trying
crazy.
to get me to do something.
It goes so fast that you don't even realize you work so hard for it, because you don't get to savor. You don't know when the ascension starts.
Right.
Like when I say that because when to anybody that's mountain climbing, when I lived in Vegas, I used to go hiking in the mountains. Like I loved it. Like I moved out there, I was like, there's no pollution, there's no motherfucking steel mills and fucking potholes and
Right.
no
It's
bullshit.
different.
It's fucking mountains and fucking shit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to do this.
Right.
Like I want to climb this shit, and I say that because when you're climbing, you get to a certain part, then you start the ascension, and that's where everything everything happens. That's when
Right.
everything comes to you, and you see the progress of your work, because the view gets better and better the higher you get.
Yeah.
But in music, excuse me, you don't know when that session starts because it happens so fast, so you don't get
Yeah.
to enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 minute you ain't shit. The next minute everybody fucking calling you for a feature to show up
And
at
don't
the
want to pay or
event.
some shit. Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
just a
hey,
lot
can
of
I
shit
get a
going on,
verse?
bro.
And then you're like, well, my Cash App is,
Right.
or you can hit the
Right.
PayPal. My Zelle number
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and it's so dope because when they be like, man, they ain't trying to pay for no feature. Well, you know how much I make in this truck, bro? You think I'm gonna actually
Bro,
fucking waste my time to go to the studio? You know, my sons want me at the game. You know, my wife want me to do this. Like, bro, I'm not doing like sometimes I throw the a lifesaver out there or do a favor for people. But at this point in my career, bro, like my time is super, super, super valuable.
I tell
So
everybody, I'm only willing to help people who help themselves.
exactly.
And then when I do that, I give everybody enough rope. They either pull themselves up
Yeah.
or they kill themselves.
Because people
That's I
that's
mean
that's 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 dope. That's dope. That's
that's
what it is. You're gonna get the rope. And it's like people be telling you you changed and all this shit or whatever the case is. No, bro, is I put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of investing my money, sacrifices that y'all ain't willing to do.
years and
So I'm
years.
not giving you nothing for free. Like, if I gotta get on this road and drive a semi truck or one of the trucks that I own, and you don't want to get your CDL to come make some money and help this empire get bigger, don't call me for no feature, bro. Don't call me for no show. I don't give a fuck about your money because I make money. My team make money. We know how to make money. We know how to throw our own shows. We know how to do
Bro,
all that shit
and
at the
like you
end
said,
of the
the
day,
trucking
bro.
industry is insane. Like I've been here. I've had the studio open for about a year and a half, right?
Mhm.
And it was like I said, before we started the show, it was an impulse buy.
Right.
Like I'm an
Right. To
impulse
see,
buyer.
yeah, yeah.
Like I'll wake up, be like,
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
buy
get
it, you know.
yeah.
And I had moved back here from San Diego, moved back here stupid bullshit, bad breakup, whatever, move back, right?
Right.
I was like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna make some bread, stack it up. I could come out here. I could live rent free at my brother's house.
Right.
I'll fucking stack up some money. Then going back to the West Coast.
Right.
Well, yeah, I put some money away, and then I'm here fucking high one day. I'll be like, you know what? I'll take it.
That's dope, though,
So,
man.
but now in hindsight, everything that's happened here, like there's all types of shit that's happened here. Dope shit that hasn't even been announced yet. Like
Right.
but like the plan was to get a food truck
Mhm.
and get a semi, put Bug in the semi, and just
Nice.
start that.
Yeah,
And the food truck idea I still want to do, and I'll get to it down the line.
Right.
But like the food truck, I want to do it like Vegas,
Okay.
Vegas, Phoenix, San Diego,
That's
LA.
what I'm talking about, man.
And what you
what
do
I'm talking
is you
about.
get licensed in all 3 states, and they're all 5 hours away from each other. Vegas to Phoenix, 5 hours.
You on a
Phoenix to
food
San
truck
Diego, 5
tour.
hours. Now, San Diego to LA is only about 1.5 to 2 hours, maybe 2.5, until fucking you pick the wrong time to go. Then it's going to be
Got
4
that
or 5
traffic,
hours.
yeah, with the traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But and you just cycle through all those cities.
That's dope. That's dope.
But that's a hands-on thing, and everything. That's my problem. My problem is I have to be hands-on everything I do, because if I delegate something to somebody and they fuck it up,
Gonna be pissed, man.
yeah. And I don't want to. I don't like. I get mean like that, Like and
I get like that. But that's part of being an owner, a boss, bro. And I've been learning from firsthand. You're gonna have to put a lot of responsibilities in a lot of people's hands, and they're gonna fail you. They're gonna fail you.
But it's like the drug game though. You don't get into business if you can't afford to take the loss.
Yeah, if you can't take the loss, because people start counting your pockets. You know what I'm saying? By you being an owner,
you're an owner.
They
You got a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what they think.
Yeah,
but they ain't looking at a lot of expenses you got.
You drive a nice car, you got a lot of money. You got some jewelry, you got a lot of money. Be like,
and that's what they look at, man. And
you know what my credit bill was for my jewelry before I paid it off,
man, bro. And that's what they look at. And I run into them problems a lot because people look at it like, yo, we at least I think that, and I don't think I'm wrong because I'm very strong with intuition. But
you could write the jewelry off too, though.
Yeah. It's
as a performance expense, exactly. As a rapper,
I ain't write my shit off yet, but I'm gonna write it.
Even me, I use write off from as a multimedia personality. The chain is promotion.
Yeah, part of the uniform and promotion.
And when I seen your chain, when I seen your piece on the video shoot, I was like, that's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, like that's dope. Like when I got my first personalized piece. Like the first one that was made specifically for me was the one that I'm wearing now.
This is my first one too.
And like I was like,
but this is the first one that was made.
Like I had the payment plan set up, right? And but I wanted it so fast. And I was like, you know what? I know it's gonna take a lot of time for them to make it, Yeah. Because I placed an order and the pandemic happened.
Wow.
So like
it's a pandemic money. Nah.
Yeah. So yeah. So by the end of the pandemic, I was like, man, fuck it. Like send me the invoice of everything that I own right now. And I ain't gonna lie, this is why I did it though.
This is dope, y'all. Y'all tuned in.
That bad breakup that brought me back here.
Yeah.
Bad breakup, she mean as fuck, right? So finally, after a year and a half, my stepkid's like, Mom said you could come see me right now. Or next time when you come to California, I was like, well, I haven't came back because I don't want to come back. And she'd be like, I can't hang out with you. So, oh, well, she said we can hang out. I was like, wait, what exactly did she say? Like she said, if you come out here, we can hang out. Well, you need to ask her, like, I could just like stop by the house or I could pick you up and we could like go to LA or some shit. Because I got to fly out there, get a rental car. And this was at the end of May.
Right.
Well, he texted me on Mother's Day. So at this time, the world's open back up. So it's now pandemic flight prices no more.
Oh, no.
Now it's inflated. Like in last December, I flew to Miami round trip.
It's $70.
$37.
I see. I quoted it too high.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I paid $17 to fly there. So anyway, I was like, you need to ask her because I'm not going to, they want a $750 flying to San Diego. I was like, you need to see, like, I can't. Nope. If I could just take you to Starbucks, it ain't gonna be worth it, bro. I love you and all, but I'll just cash up you some loot. You can get something for Xbox. So he's 14. Mm-hmm. Before, bro, he did not care what he fucking looked like. He would go out whatever.
Yeah,
now he's starting to like, hey, I can't leave or nothing like that. So I wanted to get this piece to have when I went out there. So my ex would be like,
it was a flex move.
it was a flex move. Like I wasn't supposed to get it like till September.
Man, I ain't mad at you.
So I was like, you know what? Just send me the invoice. I'm gonna put it on. Just send me a business invoice so I could pay with my PayPal on my credit card. Fuck it.
Right, you snap though.
And that's the thing. When I got out there, he was at Kung Fu, so I couldn't pick him up yet. So I had to go back. I had to go to the house. Right. I wanted to see my dog. I had to see my dog in a year and a half. All types of shit. Right. So she was like, "So how's life?" And I'm like, "Okay." She's Mexican, so I was like. I didn't want to be too forthcoming. Be like, I'm pretty happy right now. Like, I just put out a single with Stove God and French Montana. Right. Like we doing good things at the studio and shit. Because I don't want her to get mad. Be like, oh, you waited till you fucking left here to fucking
to do this.
Like, and that. Because when I moved out there, she didn't like what I did. Like, I worked in the dispensary field. You know, I started off as running security for a couple of dispensaries. Then I ended up managing a delivery dispensary. Right. And it was in a legally gray area. Right. You know. Right. So she got tired of it in the long run. So I was like, I don't want her to get mad. So at first I was kind of tiptoeing around everything. And then I was finally like, after she started like, well, my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, you know, I'm doing good. You know, I was wearing a hoodie. I pulled the chain out the hoodie. And then when
see this,
and then when the kid got there, when we picked up the kid and brought the kid home, he's like, man, that's nice. I was like, I got another one. Shout out to my boy Beadz. I got a XDE. I got my XDE chain too, and fucking I let him wear it the whole time. So she just like she kind of looked at me like,
motherfucker.
She's like, you got enough jewelry on there. You could have like there's the fucking down payment on the house type shit. Hey, if you would have held on for a little while longer,
believe in me, baby. That's all. Believe in me. Hey man, just this a trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a trophy. It symbolizes the hard work, the grind. You know, people say what they want to say about rappers buying.
I woke up the other day.
All that shit.
I had to run to the corner store. I'm in the slides, basketball shorts, and a white beater and my chain.
Baby.
I don't give a fuck.
What we going today, baby?
You know what I spent on this? I'm wearing this shit.
Yeah, I'm finna be the coldest nigga in the grocery store with these flip flops and this big ass. I tell motherfuckers all the time, I don't have to wear designer. I put on a black tee and I put on these chains right here.
Exactly.
I'm fucking your designer up. Yep. Same girl that gonna be looking at you in your Louis Vuitton and your Gucci shirt. I'm gonna put on a plain black tee,
diamonds,
and I'm gonna put this shit on, and that shit gonna look great.
Look at those diamonds.
You feel me? Gonna look great. But yeah, my first piece was made. It was handmade. So this piece right here is handmade. I didn't know shit about no jewelry. I just wanted some shit. So I told them I wanted beads with the skyline of Chicago.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised Kanye hasn't had a piece with the skyline on it.
That's what I wanted, man. And then on the A, this is actually Illinois right here. It could be a lot better now that I'm developing in my jewelry way, and I'm on another.
Well, I'm gonna hook you up with my boy Beadz. He got a place called Realism Customs.
Okay.
He'll talk you through everything, and then we got there's a jewelry store in South Lake Mall called Shaw Jewelers. He's like the local like jeweler for the rappers or whatever shit like that.
Okay.
So, but he was kind of beefing with his jewelry maker.
Okay.
And so he split off and went back home to India, and he make everything there where everything's cheaper.
Oh, that's dope. Put me in tune. I got a guy that'll be mad at me. I'm fucking with this dude named Sam on the jewelry side. He got me both of these pieces.
Okay.
You know, the smaller ones, but they heavy. Trust me.
Yes.
But I fuck with Dream Jewelers. I got a piece that I don't have here. I gave it to my missus. You know what I'm saying? A nice Beadz logo.
And I like the Cubans too, because like it's a hip hop staple.
Yeah.
Like it's a rap. And people ask me, like, I'm not religious at all, but I got 4 Jesus pieces.
Oh,
okay. Like, why if you're not religious, why you got Jesus pieces? Well, because it's just as much as hip hop is like breakdancing and fucking graffiti is like Biggie, even before Biggie, but Biggie popularized that Jesus piece.
Yeah.
And then it just more from there. Like if you're a rapper, you get that first check 9 times out of 10, you going to get a Jesus piece.
I had a couple Jesus pieces before I started trying to get my custom joints. But yeah, I always loved gold, bro. I always loved it. You know what I'm saying? Even before I even had some money. So I used to have the smaller, skinnier chains when I was working in the mall and stuff. Pretty longer chains. But yeah, it's always been gold for me.
We come from the era
Man.
where we want 28-inch
Bro, I
chains
had a
hanging by our
chain.
belly button and shit.
Man, I had a chain long, walk through the door, get caught on the microphone and shit, trying to get up. But it's like, man, I ain't really want no chokers, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't go all the way up here like they doing.
Bro,
I
don't.
Yeah, that ain't my style.
Like
so.
I don't do well with trends.
Yeah,
I got my style.
I'm
I'm 40 years old. Like I know what I like. I know what I don't like.
And it is what it is.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I can't.
Cool.
So I did these a little smaller, but as you can see, this one was a longer length. Then I had a moon cut that was longer. But it's like, man, I do me, bro. I don't get caught up with. I be at these rap shows around a lot of popular artists. And they got their style. Everybody got the same thing. They got the chokers, a bunch of small chokers that's around their neck, and it look good for what they
shit
doing.
Bouncing on everything, denting their shit all up.
Yeah, it look good for what they doing. But when I come in there, I'm gonna be different, and I know the value of me having solid gold too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
especially in today's climate.
When you got your bust downs, no hater, none, because y'all spending money on it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
if everything went away and you're dead broke, you got re-up money right there.
I got some value. Yeah, I got some value. Got some value.
And you got the rings too. That's one thing I never got into. Yeah. Like I can't do the rings. I bought a few, but it just I don't like the feeling of them.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling. But when you around, hey man, I was touring with Twister, bro, and I didn't want to look like no.
Yeah.
I didn't want to look like just like I was just a tag along ass dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I always was into gold before any of that shit, but I wasn't a big thing. But I did used to see everybody rocking a pinky ring.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing I grabbed. I grabbed me a nice pinky ring. And I'm like, man, that shit cool, but I need something else. You know what I'm saying? Then I grabbed the index, then I grabbed the wedding ring joint, and you know what I'm saying? It just was like, man,
another one of my problems
increase the value.
Exactly. Like with the rings, I'm an impulse buyer, like I've stated, and I'm a little guy. I'm 5'9", 170 pounds, right? Mm-hmm. So I go buy a ring. They don't got them for my finger. Like they got to send it off to get resized and shit. And I'm like, well, if I can't have it now, I don't really want it.
Right, with all that.
Because from the time I leave, I give you this motherfucking money and I leave, and in 2 weeks it takes you to get it back to me. I'll be like. And you know what I could have did with that money in the past 2 weeks? I could have doubled that money in the last 2 weeks or something,
Man, I feel you. I am too, bro.
I'm too impatient.
In the moment, like we go in the jewelry store. I really don't want to go because if I go, if I see something I want it. So I know I had a trip coming up to New York one time, and I'm like, yo, shit, we finna go to NY, bro. Like this chain right here by itself ain't gonna cut it. So I had a cheaper deal. My man's right here know how to get the deals and shit. You know what I'm saying? Chaos. He like, yo, I got a spot you could get the jewels from. I'm like, bro, by the time that motherfucker come, I ain't gonna have it to take to New York. Went to the jewelry store, paid a little bit, a lot bit more than what I would have paid.
A lot bit more.
You know what I'm saying? So
there's a guy. Shout out to Mr. No Love, who owns all the Heralds here in Northwest Indiana, right?
Yes, sir.
And my dude had his custom shit made.
Oh yeah, that's hard, boy. That's the Hurls chicken.
He got the ones.
This hard.
He got the ones on there.
Man, that shit hard right there, bro. That motherfucker busting. That's busting. It's super detailed. That piece right there is super detailed. So what I'm gonna do with my jewelry though, with this piece, I'm getting this remade, but it's gonna be a lot of better detail to this right here. Oh yeah, that's hard. That is shining. Shining high, man. When the light,
I
hit the ice, it twinkle and glisten.
I be hitting the club with the diamond tester.
Oh man,
hey, these motherfuckers don't come by me at all. I be like, y'all motherfuckers.
I'm waiting for somebody to pull a diamond test out on me. I'm waiting for my moment.
We're here last week. I got easy the other day. I was like, because me, Il Brown, and him were talking about it. I was like, man, these motherfuckers work at Man Alive. And they got these chunky ass chains. I don't know. Nope. I like, so
it's crazy.
There's only been 3 people that have been like, yeah, go ahead and test it.
Right. Hey, bro.
And the other day, it took a minute for me to hit the diamond on Easies because you got to be in the center. You can't be by the metal prong because the tip will and it'll just be like,
because it hit that. Yeah,
exactly. So fucking when I finally got it, he's like, "See, I told you." I was like, "I already knew, man."
Hey, but that shit hurt when it ain't turning green and
nope,
a motherfucker hitting it, and you sitting there looking like, I paid money as if this motherfucker should turn green. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy, like you say, these dudes with all this fake jewelry, it make me like, what the fuck?
Why I spent all
this money in this motherfucker? Mello the Gutter Man was on here early, but Mello, you know what I'm talking about? Not you, but somebody was at a video shoot with a lot of that shit on, boy. Woo!
Out of nowhere,
left your ass.
Yeah. Like y'all got way too many pieces and not enough money to make that shit. But that's the culture we live in now, right now. You know, like everything's acceptable.
Yeah,
you know, snitching. You know, whatever. Anything that we are
tight pants, exactly. God damn it.
Anything that we are brought up to frown upon is regular and accepted nowadays.
Yeah, everything.
And it makes it harder for the real ones to maneuver.
Man, super hard, bro. Cause it's kind of hard to weed it out, man. A motherfucker look at me, and I'm the type of motherfucker wear some cut off jogging pants and just hopped out my truck and like, fuck it, you know. And
because you got the chain on.
You ain't got it. That shit ain't real, boy. Look at your shoes. I remember one day I ain't even had no jewelry on, but I just walked in the store. I was in Walmart, just regular shit. Chick looked at me. She was like, oh, okay. Looked at my shoes. I had probably on some work. I had on some work shoes. She immediately frowned, and I looked at her like, one, shorty,
you know how much these shoes make me?
Yeah, and two, shorty,
shit.
You just tweak because I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You gotta be fucked up.
So you mentioned the wedding ring and the other piece the missus have. So you're a family man. We've talked about the kids.
Yes, sir.
How long you been married?
Man, me and my wife been together since we were sophomores in high school.
Oh, okay.
Bro. Yeah, and shit.
Yeah, the high school sweetheart. That's so rare and hard to find nowadays.
It's hard, man.
My cousin's like that. What is he now? Wait, he's 44. Him and his lady been together since he was a senior and she was a sophomore. They got his oldest daughter's turning this year. She's gonna turn 25, and he just had a kid like fucking 4 months ago. I'm like, bro, that is and he has them all the way down. So there's six kids now. I'm like, bro, like he's like, I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know. I'm like,
hey, he just living,
you never got a vasectomy or none of that shit.
Shit, my youngest is 2. Shit, man. My wife been married in 2021, 8 years now. But we've been together since sophomores in high school.
That's crazy.
But like you say, man, this a different era, man. Like the quality of women ain't the same no more.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got a
It's
woman from that cloth for that era.
The women are like the music nowadays, disposable.
Yeah, these new women, boy, they different.
Disposable. They're a dime a dozen.
These bitches different, bro. These motherfucking bitches, boy. Nigga, get your ass in there and cook.
And they don't know how. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, they'll tell us to cook. Boy,
what?
They'll tell you how player they is. Damn, how they don't got no love for no motherfucking nigga. Like, these are the most boldest, scamming, raggediest. Pretty.
Hey, sometimes the badder the bitch, the more fucked up. It's just like she all fucked up. Be like, you know what? I wonder if she's worth the. Just looking at her, be like, I wonder if she's gonna be worth the trouble that she's gonna bring to my life.
Y'all some pretty ignorant bitches out there, man. Y'all different, man. Like y'all attractive but horrible.
Attractive but
horrible, man.
What was I watching the other day? It might have been something I fall down a rabbit hole TikTok every day, right? Man, so I'm on TikTok. I never made a TikTok, right? But I'll get on there and my For You page, your main feed, right? They got 2 feeds, your For You page and then the people you follow.
Okay.
And my For You page is a fucking carnival of bullshit. It got bitches. It got bitches twerking. It got fucking it got fucking science experiments. It got fucking political shit. It got fucking sports shit. And then it got random people fucking like fucking tasting fucking military meals and shit. It's the weirdest thing. But every night,
Watermelons with mustard and shit.
yeah, and like every
Weird
night I
challenge.
fall down this rabbit hole and like I see the craziest shit on there. But it's like the new platform. Like the weirdest songs like go big off there.
Yeah.
Just look at Twist had fucking him and what's that song that he had with Faith Evans?
Oh, hope.
Yeah, that found a whole new life on motherfucking TikTok not a couple months ago.
Dope. That's the beauty of social media, though. The power of social media is that, man, just the reemergence of shit. So even with the Busted record with Erica Banks, with you know what I'm saying, Nelly, the sample she took from Nelly and then made a whole Busted challenge, the resurgence of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just that the power of social media is dope. I got a mixtape called Power of Social Media. How the fuck could I forget that? That was one of my best mixtapes. What's wrong? C.A. Brown, why you ain't say nothing, bro? The power of social media was one of
Is
my.
that what happens when you do so much?
Yeah.
What
Project.
get back to the family man stuff. How and social media. What you're shouting out your son and his handle earlier. How active are you in their social media? Do you run it for them? You
Oh hell yeah! My son only 9, finna be 10, bro. So you know, I just gave him access to it, but I filter it as far as like I'm seeing who talking to him or trying to
Okay.
jump in his inbox and all that. But yeah, I gave him access to his social media, got his own phones. He got a lot of friends and stuff on the social media. I want him to be interactive and know what the people are saying about him or the people that's tuning in. And he's gaining fans, man. Easy O'Hare said he's a fan of my son. I appreciate it.
that's what you now you got to get his TikTok going because it's so
Facts.
easy to
He
get
got
big
one,
and
too.
go viral on TikTok. It is so easy.
You're right. I don't handle it. He handle his own TikTok because I can't even handle my own TikTok. Like he probably could work TikTok way better than me, bro. Like
You gotta tell him.
I got 3 posts on there.
You gotta tell him. You gotta put some of his highlights on there with one of your songs, because depending on who you use to do your distribution, like I do. I got the little label deal with DistroKid, right?
Okay.
So when I distribute a single or album or whatever, I could send it to TikTok.
Right.
So that music's on there.
That's on there. Yeah, I got music on there too.
So and it's weird, like
Mhm.
like Bug don't really make music that people are gonna put on a TikTok, but there's still fans that do. And every time like I search like a hashtag or something, I see it, I'm like,
I gotta get more active. Cash over here, man, be telling me you gotta get TikTok. I be like, man, fuck TikTok, nigga. I'm gonna get out here and put these flyers.
bro,
and
the most
posters
random
and
people doing the most random shit got like 3.1
Man,
million
they
followers.
do,
And I'm
bro.
like,
I be seeing that and I'm like, how?
bro, couples. These
How?
couples just be like pranking each other with the stupidest shit, and
they be busting
and-
harder
and-
than us rappers.
and
who
they be
invest.
making like 8, 9, 10 grand a month from
shit is ass.
TikTok.
I fought y'all out there. Go on my motherfucking TikTok. I think my shit is called. So it's my fault too because I can't even. VIP Beadz. I'm VIP Beadz on Instagram. I'm VIP Beadz on TikTok. And it's y'all fault that I don't got a couple million views because y'all ain't going on TikTok playing my shit, but I ain't promoting it either. So today my first day promoting it.
Oh, there you go.
Right here on Friday Night Live.
There you go.
Oh, we kicking it.
Hell yeah.
I'm on TikTok, y'all.
Yeah, that's when I started the show. It started like I grew up loving fucking like Letterman,
Okay, the late night shows.
and see what like we used to have the TVs where you turn the knob and shit, right? So what I do is I'd go in at like 7:30 and I turn it on, turn the volume all the way down, and use the contrast and brightness and make it so it looked like it was turned off.
Right.
So because when you turn them on, it made that loud ass clicking sound, right? And my dad worked midnights, and I'd stay with my grandma. So I go in there and I lay down until fucking I knew Letterman was about to start. Well, I watched the news too, and I watch all that shit. And I was always a fan of Saturday Night Live. So when I started this, I was like, I'm gonna try to just make this a direct ripoff.
Right.
Like the ultimate plan, like the area where the guys are sitting. I'll still have the couch, but on that wall,
Mhm.
I got another green screen I got to put up there. So I'm gonna probably when I start the 3rd season of the show, because I got like 2 or 3 more episodes that are what's going to be the 2nd season, and
Okay.
then I'm going to start where I'll open it with like a monologue, how they do on Saturday Night Live,
Okay.
and then I'll end the show with the artist, if it's an artist, to perform, do a
dope.
performance and shit like that too.
Dope.
Because I got a whole
That's
nother room
dope. That's
in this building. I got a whole nother room that's set up as like a rehearsal space.
That's
Got
dope.
my turntables and some monitors and 2 wireless mics and shit like that.
That's super dope. That's
So
super
that
dope.
way they'll do a little performance in there and shit like
We
that.
need these type of platforms, bro. So that like I say, man, this dope being here. And when I caught you at Easy, I was like, yo, and I caught you giving me a shout out on there too. It was like, yo, yeah, we gotta make this happen, bro. I got some shit I want to talk, and I'm willing to talk about anything, bro.
And that's the thing. I don't like I try to get like you're a rapper or artist, I should say, because you make songs. So you're not just a lot of these people they string along, 2-3 verses with some bullshit hook or whatever where they're
it
repeat
sound
2 or
like a
3
whole
words.
hook nowadays, bro. Like
And then but I try to get shit out of the way while being informative. So then we could do what we're doing now.
correct.
You know, you'll get to know Beadz.
Get to
What,
know
what you
me.
like, no
Get
shit
to
like that.
know
I
me.
got on my Sunday dinner show. I got a segment called 5 Random Questions that I'm going to incorporate into this show. But we do like weird shit. Like
Okay.
one of the first questions that was asked. I got the idea because on TikTok. There's this white rapper singer guy from like I think it's like I don't know fucking Virginia or South Carolina or some shit. He's real big on TikTok. His name's Nick D. He
Okay.
he had this dope ass like rap R&B ish singy song called Pineapple, right? So it blew up off TikTok. And what I didn't know, like I'm like, okay, this little guilty pleasure song, like little upbeat type shit, it's about his wife, singing and shit to her or whatever.
Okay.
And then fucking it turns out I've been watching this podcast on TikTok. Because now on TikTok you could put certain accounts could do 3-minute TikToks.
Mm.
So before they were just like 1-minute increments of like a podcast, right?
Okay.
And I was watching the podcast and like listened to the song for months, but I didn't know it was the same guy, one of the hosts of the podcast who did the fucking song too. But in this podcast, getting to the point in this podcast, like they're 2 friends that they've been friends for fucking ever, 15, 20 years, whatever.
Mhm.
So they just be asking each other like weird ass questions like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have a chicken in your car every time you went to go get inside the car or have to fight an orangutan once a year, but you get sword? Like weird ass questions like that, So like I'm gonna incorporate something like that into this show because it like breaks the ice. It takes you out of your element to like
make you think. Like that's a weird ass question. Like a chicken in my car or fight a fucking orangutan.
every time you go to get in the car. So you get in the car first thing in the morning. There's a fucking chicken. You get it out. You go to the gas station, get some gas. Fucking chicken. There's another chicken in the fucking car.
I'm taking that chicken in the car. Didn't find that orangutan. I'm frying the shit. I got
That's a lot of
chicken
chickens,
for
bro.
life.
Hey, you could just get out the car, open and shut the door, and there's just gonna be a bunch of chickens.
You feel me? Like I got fried chicken, grilled chicken, a chicken salad. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why.
Fuck that sword, bro.
The reason that I'm incorporating that into that segment into this show also is because like an artist will come on this show and they have a persona that they're trying to
uphold this shit.
Uphold
a macho, knock niggas out.
Exactly like that. So fucking I do these random questions or whatever, so that way it relaxes you. It gets you to your own element. Shit like that. That's so yeah, but the first question, what was it, man? When we did it on Sunday dinner, it was some weird ass question. Like, would you rather have a nipple sized dick or dick sized nipples?
Well, that's some random weird shit,
bro. And I think the comments were fucking insane because everybody watching right now, like we could go ahead on let me shout out who's watching.
Oh shit.
Shout out to Omar Fades, my boy Omar. Shout out to my boy Justin. My boy Justin is watching live from Phoenix Airport. He got like a 4-hour layover from coming from Vegas to here.
What up, Justin?
But as you can see, I can put these comments up as they come in real time and stuff, and the comments were fucking wild. and street dudes like they don't want to answer questions like that because they'll be like, that's gay, or some shit like that, But I try to disrupt. I try to disrupt everything, and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a fucked up question. You got penises hanging from your fucking chest, or you got a nipple. Oh my god, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I'm glad you ain't asked me that question. That wasn't an official question.
No, that wasn't an official question.
That was just the first question they asked on Sunday.
Yeah, that was great. And
Man,
everybody,
that's fucked up
they were
question.
like, what? I don't even know how to answer. I was like, well, think about it. I mean, it's a fucked up thing.
Mhm.
So, I mean, imagine you in the army with dick-sized nipples and you got to do jumping jacks.
Oh man, that's crazy, bro. That's a crazy question, man.
But I'd
That's
pick
wild.
dick-sized nipples because I'm just fucking
Man.
3 bitches at a time, all the time.
Yeah,
You know how much money you could make in porn?
Suck my dick size nipple.
Anyway, favorite rapper of all time.
Oh shit, Tupac.
You know,
Without a question.
Yeah, that's and it's crazy how relevant his music is still today.
Yeah.
I argue a lot of people want to argue with me. I'm not an arguer. Well, I am an arguer. I'm a law school dropout, right? I decided to go to college when I was like about to be 31 because my fiance wanted to end it. She's like, "You're never gonna do anything." Like, I only know 3 things: music shit, weed shit, or street shit.
Right.
So like, and it was like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to college. I thought like she gonna be cool. She gonna like, hell yeah, I'm going to college.
Right.
No, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But and so what I did is after a couple years of college out here, and I was like, all right, fuck it, she don't care anymore. I moved to San Diego, and I transferred out there, and the college I went to out there had a dual program where I was finishing 3 bachelor's degrees and going to law school at the same time. And then one day I just woke up and I was like, this ain't for me. Like I cleaned out, I stopped smoking weed, cleaned out to get an office job at a law firm, right? I'm like, I'm doing all this schooling. I might as well get this job. So I told my boss at the dispensary, I was like, look, man, I got to get this real job, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'll pay you more. You know, I was like, it's not that, you know, it's like my girl's like, if we want to buy a house, you ain't got no fucking work
when
shit.
you in the process of buying the house, they're looking at that shit.
But I'm like, look, every day after I get off work, I go to fucking Bank of the West. I fucking deposit the money into the ATM. Right. I'll create a LLC and I'll fucking pay taxes on it. There's ways around that shit, you know. Right. But fucking, so I clean out. You know, it took me fucking 3.5 months to clean out. Right. Like I smoke. You know, it's what I do. It's one of the things I'm known for. Is I smoke. You know, don't invite me anywhere if I can't smoke because I'm just gonna be like, really. Oh, it's 2021. I can't smoke here. What kind of bullshit is this? Right. So fucking. So I'm like, I clean out. I get the job. I last about 3.5 months. Like it's a law firm and it's a small law firm. There's like maybe like a 14 person staff and there's 3 attorneys, right? Okay. And it's all females, and it's me, and it's an older guy. He was probably in his mid to late 40s. You know, he got the horseshoe. I mean, I wear a hat all the time because my hairline ain't all that either. But he got the horseshoe, you know, all bald, and he feeling some type of way. I think he think that I'm trying to get his office wife or some shit or something because he's always fucking with my lunch. Like he'll open up my lunch and like throw away a random thing, or I don't know if he's eating it or what, and it's or just throw it away or eat it. And you know, like this is an office thing. I can't be how I want to be.
Should have gave him a perky turkey though.
So I didn't even think about anything.
Percocet on the turkey.
So what I'm thinking, if I do something like that, then I gotta use this law school shit that I learned to fucking keep myself out of trouble, you know. So I'm like, I didn't get into the inner office politics, you know. So eventually, it was like I'm either gonna beat this dude's ass and go to jail, right, or I'm gonna quit this job and go back to the dispensary, which I ended up doing. And then I was like, you know what? I'm paying all this money for school. It's not for me. So shout out to the pandemic because I haven't had to pay no student loans for about a year, almost a year and a half now.
Real tough though. I mean, college was a dope experience, but it wasn't for me at the end of the day either.
But now everybody calls me for legal advice. They're like, "What should I do?" I was like, "Well, technically, I can't give you legal advice, but I could tell you what, depending on what state I'm in, like." Is frowned upon or it is a misdemeanor in some states, right? Right. So I was like, what I would do in this situation is
that's dope. So y'all can either call Rob, Vill, or 1-800-HURT-9. See, you got 2 people that's in the legal field right here.
I accept
illegally in the legal field.
I accept donations at Cash App at Pay Rob Vill. Fucking money sign Pay Rob Vill.
Hey, I need some, you know, some opinions. We ain't gonna say no professional advice, but if you need some professional opinions on what you should do in the situation, just send the Cash App over and we got you, man.
So being from Chicago, how big of a love basketball? How big of a sports fan are you?
Man, I love sports. Bulls, Chicago Bulls, my favorite team, even though they ain't shit right
Yeah, it's I'm a Bulls, Sox, Bears, Hawks guy, but it goes in that order. But other than the Bulls, like I'll go to a Sox game, but I'm not gonna watch one on TV.
man.
Most people don't watch baseball on TV anyway. It's like
Bro, I just be
all our
disappointed.
people
That's
be
all.
like dozing off. My grandpa used to be dozing off all the time, and I'll be like, and I was little, and I'll be like, yo, can I put something else on? He'll be like, I'm watching the game. I'm like, you were snoring,
Yeah,
like you were
bro.
snoring,
Like
damn it.
it's like I'm a Chicago fan. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like I started off being a Cubs over the Sox fan until I realized I was from the fucking South Side.
That's
You know
how I
what I'm
started, but I realized it was my family. Like my mom's side of the family were all Cubs fans, and she
saying?
had custody of me. But my dad's side of the family was Sox fans.
Man, my stepdad used to make some money at the Cubs game. I think that's why we was fucking Cubs fans. He used to go out there and make money at the Cubs game. But when I got older, I'm like, yo, we from the South Side. Why the fuck we like the Cubs? But Andre Dawson, Ryan Sandberg,
I still
Mark
think
Grace,
I still
all them
think one of
guys.
the most fucked up trades in baseball history is when the Sox sent Sammy Sosa to the fucking Cubs for George Bell.
Yeah, yeah.
George
So
Bell lasted like
yeah,
maybe a season,
I was
maybe
a Sosa
two.
fan, you know what I'm saying? But then, I liked it. Frank Thomas,
Yeah,
Robert Ventura. So it's like once I got older, I was like, it's all Chicago, but I know it's a north side, south side thing.
it's crazy because all the
Yeah.
great teams that like I've got to see in my lifetime just from Chicago.
Yeah.
I got to see the double three-peat.
Yeah,
I got to
that.
see that 94 95 Sox team that would have probably won the World Series if it wasn't for the strike.
Yeah.
Like
The '05
growing up, like
Sox.
the Blackhawks were always decent and almost right there every year. Then they had that season when they almost won it, but they had that super fucking strike shit too.
Yeah.
Or that
Then
was
you
the
got to
lockout.
got to see
It,
Patrick Kane and then once they
exactly
came
their little
around,
shit
then
that
it's the
should have been a
same.
dynasty.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
supposed to be. I still kind of consider them as what they win, 2 or 3.
I think they won two, one
Okay,
for
it's
sure.
something. It's more. It's like 2 or 3. It's close to 2 or 3. As far as like, man, I love the Bears, but I've been on strike from the Bears since they got rid of Lovey and Urlacher.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
felt like I know Urlacher was demanding a lot, but sometimes that position that he played and how good he was, that's like the middle linebacker is like a coach on the field.
yep.
So I felt like you should have gave him that money so it could be a better, smoother transition for him to coach up the next person that was coming along. Because it's been games that Urlacher didn't won it or that defense didn't won it.
Yep.
Even when they
Yeah,
got rid
yeah,
of
yeah.
Lovey Smith, we didn't make the playoff, but we had a winning season. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So I just felt like the organization was just disappointing me. The Bulls are always disappointing
Yeah,
as far as the
but
organization and
I'm
the
such a
front office.
basketball fan that I don't care. It's like I know we're not going to be
Yeah,
shit every year,
yeah, but
and I
it's
I didn't
yeah,
think it was going to take this long to get anywhere close to, you know.
the Rose era and shit
Yeah,
like that.
but
Yeah,
but it was bad, man. I mean, Garpax fucking suck, but like basketball is it for me.
trash.
Like first and foremost, I'm a Bulls fan. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
Like
am too,
it's
bro. Like
it's
outside of, I don't, I'm not a, I don't like teams. I like players. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So one, I'm a Bulls fan.
yes,
Secondary, again, I like players, but I did like Golden State because I liked it Latrell Sprewell when he
okay,
played with
yeah,
Golden State. So people were like, "Yo, you jumped on the bandwagon." Nah, it wasn't me jumping on the bandwagon of Steph Curry and Clay, though I think they amazing at what they fucking do. But I was
yep.
fucking with that Golden State team
I grew up
that
having.
got down with Dallas,
Yeah, I grew up
Jason
with
Richardson,
my
and all them.
teams. Of course, the Bulls were my favorite team
Number one.
of
Yeah.
anything first and foremost. But then I had my Western Conference team. I was a Spurs fan,
Okay.
and this was from when I was a child,
Yeah.
and then I didn't know fucking Greg Popovich was gonna grow up and
Be
end up being a coach, and he's from the
the-
same city I am and shit like that,
yeah.
And then fucking I'm a Bears fan, but
Yeah.
I was a Kansas City fan when fucking
See,
when they trade.
I was a San Francisco fan
Well,
outside of the
well, I was a Joe Montana fan, and then they
Okay.
traded him to Kansas City.
I got you.
So then I became a Kansas City fan.
I got you.
I'm a fucking I was always a Padres fan, even for some reason when I was a kid.
Okay.
My mom worked for a newspaper company, and she had got moved out to Oceanside, which is in the San Diego County area. And so when she moved out there for a little while, I didn't go with her, but I like the Padres since then for some reason.
Right.
Then I ended up living there fucking 30 years later or
Right.
some shit. But
Obviously, he's an A's fan.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's either an A's fan or he really, really likes those colors. Yeah. That's why I told you don't wear green, because with the green screen shit, like I didn't tell Easy, but Easy's here all the time.
Right.
He records here, whatever. He comes chill, whatever, and he shows up in purple and green, right? I was like, bro, all your shit on your hat's gonna disappear, bro, because of the green screen. So I had to change his background so it made it look. Go back and watch it, and you could see it looked like half the head's gone. I was like, this, and it was like camo.
God.
So
That's
there's like
crazy.
weird camo things out of his head. Yeah, he's either an A's fan or he really loves those colors.
Yeah. Because we talk about sports now. He representing, goddammit.
They're how you feel about them moving to Vegas?
He don't know nothing about them. He like they moved to Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland got a really fucking small amount of time to be like, okay, we'll build you a new place or help you. Or they've been to Vegas like 4 or 5 times over the last month and a half.
Vegas for real?
They've been in there last
I ain't know that either.
about 4 or 5 times the last month and a half looking at locations.
Oh wow.
So everybody thought Vegas, like I lived in Vegas for 9 years. I love it. I love basketball because I'm from a basketball family.
Okay.
I'm from Indiana, so you gotta love basketball.
Yeah.
And plus
Hoosiers,
my uncle was a coach and won a state championship for Indiana high school basketball championship.
Oh.
He retired, moved to Vegas, worked for fucking Tarkanian as a scout for UNLV, scouted Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, all those guys. So I moved to Vegas.
I gotta pair them shoes.
My uncle's like 98 years old, right? He got one eye. He lost one eye to cancer. He still gets up every day and goes to practice.
Wow.
He's not on the payroll or anything anymore, but he goes. He watches practice. The coaches, whoever UNLV coaches, only coach that ever gave him trouble about him being around was Charlie Spoonhauer. Who exactly? Yeah, exactly. But
I was trying to fake it like damn that motherfucker.
But I move out there. I was 20, about to turn 21. He's like, you want to go to practice? I was like, yeah. I thought he was like, hey, you want to go watch this shit? Like, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go watch this shit. Like, right. I love basketball. Right. And at this time, they weren't a bad team. They had Marcus Banks was the best player on the team, and he ended up getting drafted by the Celtics and floated around the NBA for a while. Now check it out. I got cool with Marcus Banks, right? And we thought the Bulls were going to draft him.
Okay.
And if he got drafted by the Bulls, I was moving back here because I was going to be like his personal assistant.
Right.
You know who the Bulls drafted? Kurt Heinrich. But he had a longer, more productive career than Marcus had.
I was gonna say, Marcus would have been good for you.
Yeah, for me. At that point, I was being selfish as fuck. On draft night, fucking Heinrich walked out on that big ass fucking suit that everybody used to wear back in the day. I was like, this is it.
Man, I was hoping
I'm still in Vegas.
Bulls got Wade. Of course, he went to,
Yeah.
That was a decent draft year that year.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
That definitely was shit.
So I go to practice, right? And guess what this practice is? Like, he's like, you want to practice? I'm like, what do you mean do I want to practice? They ask me what size shoe I wear, and they bring me out a pair of fucking white and red Nikes. Yeah. And here I am practicing. I'm running sprints. And let me tell you, I'm not in shape.
Right, that's why I would have been.
No, literally, probably about 14, 15 minutes in. I'm like, excuse me. And I was puking. And but after that puking fit and fucking some Gatorade, I was good. Like I scrimmaged and everything. I mean, I grew up playing basketball. I played in high school, but fucking this is Division I college basketball. Like, right? Yeah, I'm like, bro, like I'm young. I'm not in shape, but I'm still fast. Mm-hmm. But for short amount of time, very short amount of time. And then it's like playing 2K. Your meter's running down, and you got to let go of the turbo because you got to get that shit built back up. Yeah. But yeah, it's Vegas. Nobody thought they could sustain a team like when I lived there because But UNLV sold out Thomas and Mack every night. UNLV basketball was the shit. Even their football team fucking sucked, but people went to the games.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I always thought we'd get a baseball team first because they've always had a AAA team that was pretty decent.
Okay.
You know, they got an old school park. They had an old school park in downtown called Cashman Field. Now they got a new one in Summerlin in the suburbs. The Aviators is the team name now, but they've always sustained minor league sports and the college. You know,
Right.
so I was like, it's gonna happen, you know, eventually. And I always thought it was gonna be baseball because of that minor league team, you know, or maybe the NBA because the NBA has always loved Vegas.
Right.
You know, we the only Vegas was the only city ever to get an All-Star game that don't have a team.
Right.
You know,
Right. That's
so
true.
when fucking we got an NFL team,
Y'all got the football.
they got the NFL team. I was like,
The
a fucking
goddamn
hockey team.
Rams.
They got a fucking hockey team. I was like, what the fuck? And then they get the hockey team. I was like, all right, like who in Vegas is gonna go watch hockey? And then they get the expansion drafts. You know, when you're a new franchise, you get the majority of your players through the expansion draft, and you're really not gonna get anybody good.
No good, motherfuckers.
Really.
Right.
So they go to Stanley Cup their first year. So here's I'm conflicted. My two favorite teams playing the playoffs, the Hawks and now the Knights. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, go Hawks, but they lost. I was like, that's some bullshit, you know. But then they got the Raiders, which the Davis family has always loved Vegas, and where else are they gonna go? Because LA didn't have a team for 20 years for a reason. Nobody fucking cares in LA about football. There's so much other shit to do. You know, I lived in San Diego when the Chargers left and went to LA.
Right.
And the owner was being a fucking dickhead. The amount of money that he had to pay the NFL to relocate, he could have put into a new facility, but because he couldn't have it downtown, he didn't want to be there. There's nowhere in downtown San Diego that was room for a fucking football stadium.
A whole damn stadium. Dang.
So now you got the Rams and you got the Chargers in LA, right?
Mhm.
The Rams are pulling in pretty decent amount of people. The fucking Chargers have averaged like 3,700 people per game since they've been in LA. Like
3,700.
Not only did they not care about football to begin with, now they don't care really about two teams, you know?
You got two teams that's for no fucking reason.
But going back to Vegas, now with the A's fucking searching there, you know, because they're the same reason that the Warriors left Oakland. The Warriors were in Oakland forever at Oracle Arena. But they ended up going across the bay to the new fucking the Chase Center, I think it is, in San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
So the A's were trying to look like, yo, what can we do? You know, and they get no money from San Fran because they're not the San Francisco A's.
Right.
And Oakland wasn't giving the Warriors money after they won fucking multiple championships. So what you think they're gonna give you the A's money? So now here's A's fucking search around Vegas for somewhere where they're gonna build a big ass fucking stadium or a big ass park. That's weird because I mean you could kind of play where fucking the Raiders play because there's a lot of teams that fucking share.
Right.
There's a little retractable shit, but
put the little shits on the goddamn.
But baseball's different. You got motherfuckers hitting the ball 400 feet or something like that. But
yeah, man, I don't know, man. Like I like Vegas for what it is, you know. Like when I go to Vegas,
love Vegas.
I ain't going.
I try to,
sports,
I see, but that's an added thing to it now, because
Yeah,
now they want to make Vegas somewhere where you want to come again, which it already is, but without the idea that you're giving money away to casinos or whatever it is.
Right.
Now you're going to plan a trip because the Bears are going to play the Raiders, and those tickets, the Bears Raider tickets are the highest right now on StubHub of any other game that they played this year at home.
For real?
Yep.
Wow.
Like it's like $700.
I wouldn't have knew that. I wouldn't have knew that at all. Damn. Yeah.
There's a lot of Chicago people that live in Vegas. Put it this way.
It makes sense though. It makes sense.
There's an Aurelio's in Vegas.
Yeah, I know. It's a fucking what's the name? I just Aurelio's.
There's Giordano's out there. They got two Giordano's.
I just love that.
They got one on the Strip and one out on the West Side on Charleston.
Yep. You absolutely.
And there's a bunch of fucking Raiders fans from when they're in LA.
Eat no Giordano's while I'm out here. I could eat that shit at the crib. Let me get some Vegas food. Then I was like, I should just eat some Giordano's.
You don't want to be disappointed with some other food, you know. That's one thing. That's one thing about Vegas. That's why in the long run, that's where I'll be back at. There,
I like Vegas.
I'll be going back and forth between there and LA probably.
I never, living, I don't know, but because I never did it. But
it's good for it's a good base for the trucking industry because there's no state tax, and you get all types of California runs.
Yeah, California, going into California, man, they got some rules and regulations.
Oh yeah, they do.
Over into
yes,
what I'm saying?
Yes, they do.
I think if I relocate though, Arizona been on my radar.
Yeah, Arizona's dope because that's here's why I advocate Vegas for people that are into music and the entertainment business as a whole. Everybody comes to Vegas. You already got a good name for yourself out here, and you've been expanding throughout the country.
Right.
You get a little bit more where you're doing shows in Vegas and you opening for the headliners because everybody comes to Vegas.
Fact.
And now people are doing shows at fucking bars that hold fucking 100 people.
Yeah.
That's the new thing.
We did a 3 event show out in Vegas, right? Yeah, we did 3 event. This top of it, not even the top of the year. What, a couple months, few months ago?
And it goes back to what I was saying about the food truck.
Yeah.
Phoenix is 5 hours away, San Diego 5 hours away,
Arizona.
LA 4 hours away.
Made
fucking
history.
Yeah, Arizona's dope. Here's the thing I don't like. I got my uncle moved to Arizona in like 1980. My cousins were born and grew up there. All that
Yeah,
shit.
before I was born.
Yeah.
Shit.
So he's been out there for a while. I visited a couple times, but bro, it was like 121 degrees so far this year.
I just left Vegas. It was 115.
And that's crazy. It's hardly
like,
it hardly gets that hot in August in Vegas.
Yeah.
But
oh, for real?
Yeah, like
See, I
if
know that.
it like
It
very
was 115. I was in Vegas probably shit.
now why the dry heat
Like
is a
4
little
weeks ago.
different. Like it's still
in
once it
Arizona.
gets that hot, it's hot. You know,
Yeah,
I've been out in
like
Vegas playing basketball outside at 105 degrees. It's not bad. Just stay hydrated because you don't know when you're
Shit.
sweating.
Yeah.
What
that's different.
So we got through everything. We learned a shitload about you tonight.
Man,
Um,
gratitude.
What's next? I know you got the shows, so I want you to plug. I want you to plug the shows coming up as right before we get off here.
Yes, sir.
But what's next? Are you gonna flood us with singles here and there? Are you working on because the game's changed? Why it changes so fast? 2 years ago,
Man.
albums didn't matter. Now albums are coming back because they're a collector's item.
Right.
You know, like we put Bug's newest project out in March, right?
Mhm.
And it's his first big project. So
Okay.
I wanted to go all out for him. I pressed up CDs. Like who buys
Nice.
I was like, I did it for him. You know,
Right.
I got my CD guy that when I hit him up, he's like, "You want CDs?" I was like, not only do I want CDs, I want full jewel case CDs. He's like, "Bro, I don't got full jewel cases." He's like, "I haven't made a full jewel case since like 2015." I'm like, "Well, give me the price. I'll go get them." I went to Office Max and they had a shitload. So I grabbed them all up. I took them to them and whatever. I made them all up. And I did it for Bugs. So be like, here's your posters. Here's your fucking stickers. And here's your fucking physical proof. Here you go, bro.
Right.
And fucking, we sold out in fucking 4 days.
Oh,
I was like, what? I don't even got a CD player in my car. Like my car didn't even come with a CD player.
I don't got one either.
So I was like, what? That's crazy. But it's all about the movement you buy that you build because your fans will buy anything. And nowadays it's the bundle.
Facts.
You put out a project where you could get a fucking a physical copy CD or vinyl or even a cassettes making a comeback.
Yeah.
You know, and with some T-shirts and shit like that. That's the thing. But getting back to it, are you working on an album or are we gonna get? I know you've put out a couple of albums before, but now it's to the point where it's like introducing you to the world more so than just Chicago. I'm still here type thing.
Yeah. Well, as far as the album go, like I don't got no upcoming project or album. I got the Brothers Keepers album that I recently just dropped, so I'm still working the singles and songs off of that and performing that. There's some whispers out there about this Big 3 shit. You know what I'm saying? Big 3 was supposed to
Here's
be.
it's funny that you brought that up before I did.
Yeah, Sinatra's Beadz and Easy. So I know y'all at least might get a song or something out of us for sure.
Here's what I want to propose. I told Easy this the other day. I want a Big 3 album. So
a whole album?
A whole album. Well,
like how many songs?
Well, when I mean a whole album, you know how albums nowadays like 6 songs.
Okay.
You know, 6, 7 songs, you know.
Okay.
You guys could record it here.
Okay.
You know. So the only thing you guys will have to worry about is the mixing and mastering, which we got a great in-house fucking engineer here by name of Il Brown.
Facts.
So like Like I want the project done so bad. I'm fans of y'all so
Oh,
much
that's dope.
that like y'all come record it.
That's dope.
Come
That's
record
dope.
it.
That's dope.
Big three.
I mean,
Like you guys come do the photo shoot right here. I'll have Rev do the cover, and we can unleash y'all to the world.
man, that's dope. It's crazy because we doing shows and stuff together. And the big three thing came about honestly off a picture.
Exactly.
A fucking
And then
picture.
I put up
It
that
wasn't-
I put up that little thing that I had Rev do the other day.
Yeah, you created something so quick. I was like, oh.
And people fucking loved it. So that's why I was like, you know what? We can't once. Why are you gonna fuck with our emotions? Be like, he's like, well, we do a song. Like, don't fuck with us like that.
Man,
We deserve more than that.
And what's so crazy? Somebody made
the world deserves more than that.
Somebody made a video of a big three.
Exactly.
I was like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I got mad at that video. I was like, because I was like, I didn't have no footage like that to fuck with. Like, because I do videos.
Right. You like, hold on, motherfucker. I'm supposed to be doing this. Who is you?
Like you see my little Phil Jackson gifts. Like,
like
come on.
That's dope. I mean, I think that'd be dope. And one thing about us three together, we trying to
any producers watching this, send beats to these artists.
we got a song that I sent to them, you know, on some big three shit for real though. Yeah, it started off a picture though. It was just
it's kind of like it'd be like a slaughterhouse, like a Chicago slaughterhouse type shit. Yeah. That's come on, man.
That motherfucker picture came out, Sinatra said big three, and then people was like, three. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, but now that's dope though. I definitely we talk a lot.
The people love it, bro. It's crazy.
Album.
My phone kept going off. I was like, and it's just a name that I don't know sharing it. I was like, ooh, it's because I tagged y'all. So
big three. Hey, that might be some. I don't know, man. Yeah. We doing tours and shows, so we're around each other. We respect each other a hell of a lot. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. That'd be a project to look forward to. I'm
gonna be in these motherfuckers' ears.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be like 3:30 in the morning. His phone gonna go off. I'm gonna be on Messenger. It'd be like big three.
Hey, shit. If Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Clay could do it, if KD, Kyrie, and Harden could do it, if LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie could do it.
It's Michael, Scotty, and Dennis, man.
Yeah. We could do it. Let's get the artwork. I want all three of us to be on the bench, like, you know, in the huddle, put our face up with Jordan, Pippen, and all that.
Bro, I was looking for pictures like that. I couldn't find anything. You had the right angle, and that you could use, because you know back then, like it was like half a megapixel camera and shit. I was watching a classic game the other day, and like so classic, it said Sports Vision on the bottom before he was even creative. Before he was even Sports Channel.
Gotta take Rose Luell and Carlos Boozer, and then change the numbers.
hey, Easy could do the Beijing hairline like Boozer had.
He looked like a superhero. Boozer did. This shit was so black that one game, bro. He just
had Sharpie all over that. It was shiny as shit, bro.
It was shiny as fuck.
Hey, they put that Jordan crying face in that shit, bro. I was dead. I was dead, bro.
Hey, that was the one. Man, hey, that was a decent boys team, though. I fucked with that team,
bro. It was, but it was injuries. You know, Tibbs fucking worked dang to death. Man. You know, that's his career. He retired early, bro, because he got his body, his back got all beat down.
Man, I liked that we had Rip Hamilton, but he couldn't give us a full season.
No, you know, it's the same thing. That, hey, everybody, all these Laker fans are all fucking excited about this trade for Westbrook, right? And I'm just like, I was like,
you like it?
Where are you gonna get the money for the rest of the team? Now you got a rebounder, but
this is my thing about that. It's a gift and a curse. Of course, it's an upgrade from Dennis Schroeder. But when the game on the line and it's free throws and Anthony Davis ain't on the free throw line, and you got to depend on Westbrook and LeBron to cash out free throws.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the free throws. Westbrook is horrible at free throws.
And now they got to hope. Now they got to hope because 82% of their money is on those three guys now.
Yeah.
Which now they got.
But that's still.
Now here
they need some shooters. If they could surround some shooters
exactly
around them,
word is fucking Lowry and
Lowry
DeMar,
want to come in. DeMar DeRozan
both want to come. And yeah, he said he'll play for league minimum, for vet minimum. They're talking about Carmelo today too. Yep, he don't give a fuck.
I mean,
But here's
that
my problem.
remind me of that Lakers team with Karl Malone, Gary Payton,
Yeah.
Kobe, Shaq. They ain't win shit.
Now here's what I'm worried about though. You got three of the most injury-prone guys the last couple of years.
Yeah,
LeBron's his body's breaking down like Kobe started to do late in his career. You know, they didn't play no college ball where there's only like 30 games a season. They jumped right into 82 game seasons plus playoffs. So he got mad, and he you know, his groin, between his groin and his ankle, and Kobe started like getting weird major injuries at the end. You know, he tore his Achilles, he broke his kneecap. Imagine if LeBron tore his Achilles in a game. He ain't walking down to the other end and shoot the free throws like Kobe did.
Nah, not at all.
AD, I'm glad we didn't get AD. I wanted to come home for so long, but I was like, it's
what you think
injury
about the draft we did get? The guy from Illinois, man.
How the fuck was he there still? That's, you know,
that's amazing.
Hometown boy. We played at Morgan Park.
Man, it's a lot of rumors about who you think we should snatch up. You know, it's been rumors about Lillard. There's been rumors about Rose.
Lillard ain't going nowhere. They're not gonna get anything for him.
Portland ain't gonna ever go nowhere though.
They're not gonna get anybody there. And what are they gonna get back for him? Because now that Westbrook's gone, so
right. So what you think?
It's a total rebuild.
When they say Lillard is the best point guard, or let's just say top 3 point guard, do you believe that?
I still think Westbrook is. Like you
top
don't
3?
like
the top. You think Westbrook is the best
right now?
He number 1 of you
right now? Yeah. Okay. Like it's bro. Like I mean, it don't always being the best point guard don't always equate to your team winning games, but like he's responsible for the majority of teams' points night in, night out.
To a certain extent, right? So when we
he didn't make Washington better this year. He did find his balance there, but I don't think he's going to make the Lakers better. You got two people that are ball first people. LeBron will surrender the ball before Westbrook will.
Yeah, but I think with the Westbrook,
he gets most his
is because they don't want LeBron to bring the ball up so much, and Westbrook could do it.
Yeah.
But as far as like with Dame Lillard, I love him. Dame time, he's a beast. He's a monster. But when people got to saying that he was the best point guard, I still didn't feel that he was better than Steph Curry and a couple other guards.
He instantly makes his team better.
Points wise, he put up big points. He put up big shots. But when it comes to the playoff, and I know you say winning ain't always everything, but when you have your core like that, and then you get a guard emerging like Donovan Mitchell with a team like Utah Jazz, and they beat you and they go further than you, then I have to look at you just a little bit differently. You've been there. You got the experience. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to pull that off. And don't get me wrong, because I think Dame Lillard is an incredible guard. I just can't put him up there where they
He's
put
like,
him at.
You know what? I'm one of the few that fucking don't fault KD from leaving Oklahoma City.
I'm one of them too. I'm with you.
He was there for fucking years from when they were still in Seattle, and they tried to retool a team for him numerous times. And how long are you going to stay somewhere and be loyal? Who cares where he joined afterwards?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, because I felt like I watched enough of those games to where I seen that I felt KD should have had the ball, even though he didn't demand it how a superstar should demand it. But I seen Westbrook just wave him off and do some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. So I don't blame him for leaving in that circumstance. I don't blame him for joining Golden State. No, even though it was a super dominant team, it was like, yo,
where else you gonna go to? Fuck it. You know, let me shit. And it's like he went to that team, and it's not like, you know, he helped him out. He had great years while I was there.
Yeah, he did what Kevin Durant do.
So it's fucking, but not. I hate when the season ends, but this year's not bad because we got the Olympics. You know, even though fucking that's been just a shit show except for the blowout out of Iran. But here's the problem now. The Dream Team still came from an NBA era where the rules were different. Like the FIBA rules are way different than NBA. You can hand check in FIBA. You know, you could have your hand. You know, it's a rougher game. So this team is fucking arguing for calls. The ball, they're not used to the smaller ball. The FIBA ball is a little different. So, yeah, basically.
So I think it's part of a marketing scheme.
But I'm
conspiracy.
I'm very.
So you had the dream team, then you had this drought. Then you came with the redeem team. Now you're finna have a little drought. Then you're gonna have what, the scheme team or the meme team or the some team is coming after this.
They got 3-on-3 now in the Olympics.
For real?
Yeah.
I ain't in tune. I see somebody post that.
Yeah, it's whoever scores 21 or whoever is leading after 10 minutes.
Damn.
Everything's 1 point except 1 and 2 pointers. It's pretty cool.
An NBA 2K playground style.
And it's fucking a 12-second shot clock.
I'm finna start back playing NBA 2K Park, man.
Hey, you see, look, you got to so we can listen to easy songs.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. I was fucking. I was like an NBA 2K Park like legend type motherfucker, bro. I got on that motherfucker all day, every day.
They're saying that 2K22 next year is gonna have their storyline that you could choose between like NBA or hip hop. Like, why does everybody want to be can everybody stop? Like, go back to go be an electrician or something.
Right, man. I don't even go through the storyline no more. I simulate that whole shit. But you know what? I gotta get updated with the new system. I'm still on the Xbox.
Yeah, I'm still on the Xbox One because
they didn't came with the PS. What? We on the 4?
The 5, the
PS5,
and the Xbox X, and S, the Xbox Series S and the X.
Yeah, I don't got that shit. So you know what I'm saying?
But
my setup.
You can't hardly find the shit.
Yeah, my setup in my crib, I got 3 Xboxes down in the man cave.
Okay.
So 1 for me, 1 for my oldest son, 1 for my middle son. Got 3 TVs.
Okay.
And we'll sit there and play Park together.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We go crazy, bro.
I got the Xbox One here, and then in my room at home, I got the Xbox One and a 120-inch projection screen in my room.
Crazy.
The whole wall just like,
man.
But like I go through my spurts. Like I'll play for like 3-4 weeks, a month straight, and then I won't touch it for like 6-7 months.
It's the longest drought I ever been.
That's why I haven't bought one of the new systems. Because if you can find them, they're taxing for them.
Yeah.
And I'm not buying no $500 series. I'm an Xbox guy. I'm not gonna buy a Series X because I only play 2 games. I play 2K whatever fucking year it is.
That's what I play.
And Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
See, I play 2K and Assassin's Creed.
So I just need. Yeah, I just need the one. I don't need the one with the disc. I just download the shit online. I'm good.
That's it. Sit there right there and get busy. My son was like, "Hey, Dad, we bought you a new controller. You coming back down to play Xbox?" I say, "Son, I don't got the time." But it's time for me to make the time. I'm ready to make my reemergence and come out of retirement.
I was playing 2K with my Xbox controller on my iPad.
You killing the game.
You can play anywhere
on technology.
Like, oh shit, I'm at the airport waiting to get on the plane. I'm good.
Shit. Yeah. Xbox crazy, baby.
Yeah.
I'm coming back, so y'all better get y'all game up. Because if I get locked back in, it's trouble for anybody.
What's your gamer tag?
Beadz first. Beadz, the number 1 ST.
Okay.
Or Beadz Legend. I ain't played. I think I changed it to Beadz Legend. Yep. Because I gave my middle son my Beadz first.
Okay.
Yep. I'm Beadz Legend, y'all. Beadz Legend.
My kid in Cali, when he got the Xbox One, he didn't want to wait till I got home from work. He got it for Christmas, but when we logged in on my shit, blah blah blah.
Right.
And when we got back to the crib after spending Christmas at the in-laws, I had to go to work. He didn't want to wait till I got home to set everything up. So this dumbass sets the shit up with his real birth date. He's 14 right now, so he can't play nothing he want to play.
Nothing.
So anytime I want to go, like last night, I get on and go to play. I kick him off. My FaceTime go off right away. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know FaceTime worked that quick. He's like, really? I'm like, bro.
Right, like
I play like once a month. I want to play right now.
Right, you got to recreate.
And then you know what happened? Karma, because I kicked him off. Motherfucking 28 gig fucking update. That's how long it was since I turned that motherfucker on.
Man,
the 2K, the NBA season done came and went. There's all types of shit. 2K got to update. I'm like, bro,
all type of shit they got. I hate,
bro.
I hate that part of the game. But yeah, I'm Xbox crazy, bro. Like,
when's your when you got some big shows coming up? When's the next show?
So shit. One of the next big shows is August 14th. You got 2 Chainz. You got Yo Gotti, you got Plies, you got Jacquees, you got myself. That's August 14th. Shout out to Ringo Boys. Soon as I get off the stage, or I'm gonna wait around and catch a couple of those artists. We got a tour bus leaving immediately that night, going to Virginia for me and Twister concert. And Easy is on that concert. You have Sinatra's on that concert. You have C.A. Brown. You have Street Boy Stretch, and a few more Chicago artists that's going on there with us. Uh, I got the Midwest Chop Fest with it's me, Twister, Crucial Conflict, Do or
That's a
Die. That's
yeah.
August 28th.
That's a big ass show. They got all types of motherfuckers on
Yeah.
that shit. Everybody on that shit.
Triple Darkness, Psycho Drama, Shauna and Tifa as shit. Who else?
Act together.
Yeah, together. They together as a group. You got
Yeah,
fucking,
they've been working on a new project.
oh, see, I'm sleep on that. You got
Well, they're supposed to be.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they are though. I'm pretty sure they are.
The
It's just
pandemic brought a lot of people back together, so to
man.
speak, and shit like
Let's
that.
get it.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you got to go back to the formula that people grew to like and love. So,
bro, it's the nostalgic part of it because
yeah,
I'm so nostalgic for 80 shit like the past fucking like 6 to 8 months. It's insane.
Mhm.
Like I probably watched Beverly Hills Cop like 74 times in the last 6 months. It's like
Axel Foley.
yeah, I don't know if it's because it takes me back to a simpler time, and it wasn't that simpler because it's not like my
But not
childhood
in
was
the
nice,
tailpipe. Shit.
So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. But I think it's the nostalgic thing because rap's the only genre of music that's frowned upon if you're still rapping the older you get.
Yeah, I hate that, bro. I hate that.
And it's fucked up because raps we never seen an older rapper because rap's so new.
Yeah.
The people, even the people that created rap's only in its 60s.
Yeah,
And
it's
I hate
that,
and
man.
look at the rock motherfuckers. They're out there fucking touring and doing shit to the 70s. Rolling Stones still doing, motherfucker gonna die on stage.
And sometimes
Keith Richards is dead. He's been dead for 25 years. It's just a fucking
sometimes you
a
don't
puppet.
Sometimes you don't figure it out too. Like it's like, yo, we get in our prime when we in our 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like we reaching our prime. So why would you want us to hang it up when we fucking reaching our prime?
Like I'm not even old enough to have a nervous breakdown to rap about. At least give it like
for real,
like if you could rap about the struggles and fucking all the street shit, if that's what you're from and shit like that, why can't you rap about all the fucking spoils? Once rappers make it, people don't care about them no more.
They don't care about you. Let me rap about what the fuck I overcame. Let me rap about entrepreneurship. Let me rap about investments. Let me rap about raising these kids, shit, instead of me just killing, and balling, and fucking. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in my prime. My mind is at a different state right now. Respect that. Like, I could deliver this shit to you in a whole another fashion right now. Like, I'm like the element of what I'm thinking and what I'm doing in my life right now. You should hear this. You know what I'm saying? Because I can give you jewels at this point in time. And when I was younger, I was just talking about fucking niggas up, and I was fucking niggas up. But it's just like, yo, you grow out of that. It's a different element in life. It's more to life. It's more to live, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Respect that shit. God damn.
Man, it's been a fucking pleasure to have you here, sir.
Man, it's been a pleasure being here.
Before we get out of here, I break everything down and fucking give you the platform. We've ran off what you got coming up tour wise. Coming up. What you got all types of shit out.
All types of shit. A lot of shit.
He's on everything. You go Apple Music, you go to Spotify.
Tidal.
I prefer you stream him on Tidal because that's gonna pay him the most.
Yeah, I like Tidal. I got it on my motherfucking phone, and I stream Tidal of myself and all the other independent artists and the major artists on Tidal because that's what I fuck with.
Yeah, I like the lossless audio and then the hi-fi mastering shit like that.
Yeah, man, fuck with it
heavy. Where can they find you? Social. I know we talk about VIP Beadz and everything.
Man.
So where can they find you online?
Look, man, if y'all go to Instagram and type in VIP Beadz, that's very important person Beadz. Yeah, that VIP. You can find me on the IG. I'll be active on the Facebook at Beadz Jones, and I'm on TikTok, y'all. VIP Beadz.
He thinks.
I'm gonna try to post more videos on TikTok because Cash is in the cut. And he like, post on TikTok, you gotta go viral. And I'm just like, man,
telling
fuck
you,
going
bro.
viral. Nigga see me live in effect. But
Bro,
nah, I'm on that TikTok.
I'm telling you, people
shit.
go viral on TikTok for the weirdest shits.
I'm finna post some on TikTok, some old shit or something. I don't know. I got something for TikTok though. I got a lot of content, bro. A whole lot. All
That's what I'm about here, man.
Yeah.
Creating content. I do this show. I do me and one of Il Brown's partners, Rich Herman, used to do a show called White Devils. Is a podcast show. Came up with the name to draw people and be like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, White Devils.
But we're on a hiatus right now because some health issues and shit. But then I do Sunday dinner, which is
you working, bro.
Which is, and
Give
then
you your flowers. You are fucking working.
I've been doing this a long time.
Shit.
I've been working in this business in some form since 1997.
Salute, man.
So
Salute.
it's and I always try to give back to as much as I can and shit like that. But and I try, like I said earlier, beginning of the show, I try to promote people that are a good at what they do, and like to give back too. So
yeah.
What anything else we need to know about Beadz?
Man, what y'all need to know is that y'all should follow me on my social platforms, and that we working. I'm reaching Chicago legendary status. Like, I'm hearing a lot of chatter of me being Chicago legendary, but it's bigger than that for me. But I'm very appreciative. And the legends are saluting me in my circle. And because you asked me about my mission earlier, my mission is that I feel like our class of artists, which is Sinatra's, Coast Steel, Beadz, Be Easy, Marvel, a few more artists, man. I feel like we was skipped. So I'm on a mission right now to let y'all know that we are a dope class of artists. We coming for our flowers. We gonna take them. You ain't gotta give them to her because we gonna take them regardless. And we want the respect. And I feel we got a lot to bring to the industry, the game, and to the community. So be in tune to what we doing in these tours and these shows, because it's about to be crazy and it's about to be amazing. And you're about to get some of the best music out of all of us. We already dropping it. So be in tune. C.A. Brown, Street Boy Stretch, Philip Martell, shit, everybody that's on tour and traveling with us. Get in tune to this circle because it's finna be amazing, man. We got some dope music and just some dope shit for y'all to watch. I know y'all love content. I know y'all the era of just watching a motherfucker lifestyle, and our lifestyle is the shit because we the shit and we got it out the mud and all that shit y'all fascinated about these rappers who got it from these labels. We got it out the ground. From the jewels to the music to the businesses to just uplifting our shorties and giving back. Nigga, we the ones. We the ones. So pay attention because it's finna get real serious right now. Yeah, it's finna get real serious.
Yeah, hey, I'm here for it. I'm glad that I get to witness it and be a part of it.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, appreciate you greatly for stopping by.
Appreciate you for having me greatly.
And hey, anytime you need to promote something, man, we here for you.
It's up there, man. Y'all tuned in to Friday Night Live with my boy Rob Villain. Your boy Beadz came through to kick the bobos with him. And it's up there and it's stuck there. And I'm telling you, if you ain't in tune the fuck out, and that's your fault. Get eat.
All right, guys. We'll see you next episode, which is next week at 8 p.m. Central with Same Hustle, New Money. My dude, D Brown, gonna be here. Young Dink and Den Dollars. And shit, they're bringing the whole squad. So it's gonna be live next week. And I got some big shows coming up that I'm not gonna announce yet, but you guys will know about it. Until then.